Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official 86 team stream here on the official 86 Twitch channel. It is top 32, it is the Swiss stage in the best region in the world. What an introduction here for a brand new organisation, and of course the roster reshuffling that this former Mr. Worldwide's roster has had. It is myself, SirPigasus, and my lovely co-caster has finally taken some time away from Counter-Strike to join me here on the desk. Welcome, Doronis.
Yes. Yeah, I have taken time out of Counter-Strike. However, what's more famous than me at this point is this thing behind me. The bill of good luck. I look in the chat for a split second. First comment I read, who's got the ironing board behind him? You know what? It's the ironing board of good luck, okay? You can say what you want. We are at day 3, and we are up against Caliente in round number 1 of this Swiss stage. Oh, what a bit of action that'll be for us to start immediately on the get-go.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's so much talent on the other side of the roster. I will say, I feel like we got slightly done here by our pooling. I think that the pool that we're in is significantly more difficult than the other one. And, well, having to start off against, of course, a 3-time world champion, arguably the GOAT of Rocket League, and certainly an inspiration for the high influx of French talents that continue to completely dominate the scene here over in Rocket League. You know, it's a big challenge here for the first series of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. And the chat's going wild about this ironing board, lads. It's just an ironing board, okay? There's nothing spectacular about it. And there's this. Do I use the iron when I play? No, I use the dog. I use the dog, okay? Like any standard human being would. It's your first go-to. However, yeah, just moving on to the Rocket League side of things now. Yeah, this pooling is disgusting compared to the other side, which I'd much rather be on. This is a disgrace. What is going on here? This is not an even split whatsoever, as you can see on the screen before it cut out. There you go, on the screen. You can see the type of opponents we'll be facing up against today, potentially. You've got Novo, Wild, Team Hosky as well. You've got a couple of like big bubble teams in there, but also Carby Corp, Dignitas, 100% of GK who are just gonna probably fly through this Swiss stage at the minute. But again, it's just one really strong bracket. Gentlemates are here as well, so we could see a matchup against them if we're lucky. But hopefully we do get through this Swiss stage. It's gonna be an absolute baller to get through. But again, we have high hopes here. We praise to the Rocket League gods to form any sort of result here. A 3-2 today would be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely, especially with the difficulty on this side. Like we previously mentioned, I mean, all that top 8, Carmine Core, Dignitas, 100%, Geek, Gentlemates, Caliente, Synergy, Fast Forward, already no easy matches there in the top 8. And then having Novo as well right on the outside, a really promising Italian roster. They're going to have a hard time against Carmine Core in that round 1. And Wild, the team that has made 2 round 5s at the Swiss stage and dropped out at that period. And, of course, with the high talent of tempo on that team as well. Certainly no easy matches today if we want to qualify. And then looking at Group B.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Look at it. You only have to take 5 minutes to have a gander at this, and well, not even 5 minutes, about 2 seconds when you look.
5 seconds.
2 seconds. Yeah, when you look at Pool 1 and Pool 2, like, you take a look here. Vitality, NIP, okay, yeah, pretty strong, and then you've got Starpoint, Ascend again, pretty strong. But RRG, J-Rock's Redemption, sick. You've all got opportunities in that pool. You look at this one; it's literally the group of death.
Yeah.
It's scary to take a look at compared to Group B. In fact, it's almost laughable. But again, that's just how it's formed this time around. That's just how it's been seeded. And we can't really complain much more than that, to be honest. We just have to get on with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it starts saying of you just have to beat who's in front of you. And if it is a 3-time world champion, I guess we're just going to have to take them on. I heard that currently this season, KDOP is still in the 4 digits of matches played in 2v2, 3v3. He's still very much on his grind. He's been streaming a lot as well, finding a lot of success in that avenue. And when you want to talk about the longevity of a player, it is so impressive how he's able to keep on going. It's been 2 top 12s in a row so far this season, still consistently finding his way in the top 16 and, causing some damage for many teams. Also, just got that fear factor behind him as well. I'm very excited. Again, nervously excited, which I feel like has been a running theme throughout these Mr. Worldwide's 86 team streams so far. But look, to be the best, you have to beat some of the best of all time. I would definitely say that K-Dop is probably in my top 3. There's going to be a big community of people that would put him number 1. But I feel like at the moment, in my heart of hearts, that title goes to the only other multi-worlds winning Frenchman.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, you got Vatira on top, obviously. Like that's just.
Oh no!
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no,
I'd
no,
put.
no.
I'd put.
World's winner.
I'd put. I'd.
World's
No,
winner.
no, no, no. No, at the if you're talking about current performances and how they are performing, Vatira is just in a league of their
He's
own.
amazing right now.
But then, yeah, I don't know. We're just waiting to get into the game. Caliente versus 86. What are we gonna expect? I hope it's not a sweep. I hope we give a fight. I hope we go down kicking and screaming. And if we're very lucky and K-Dub decides not to show up at all today, we can take this game in a different reality entirely. So who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. And they have gone green on the name, so we are very close to getting in to the lobby. Is that correct, Pig?
Yes, we are going to be queuing into it very soon. I saw someone in chat asking, who's Sheila? Who is Sheila?
Who's Sheila?
Water in the desert, light in the dark, God amongst men. That's who Sheila is, my friend. I mean, if you weren't watching yesterday's broadcast, he did absolutely amazing. Of course, the former substitute of this roster of Icon was originally on the main team. Sheila did take that spot, and oh my goodness, what a performance he has had so far in this Open. I've been so impressed with how he's been playing. And, we already knew that he was a player probably deserving of a main team spot, of a team looking to, burst the bubble and get themselves into semi-consistent main events. And I'm glad to see him alongside Lasser and Smashy. I heard someone say earlier that Sheila and Lasser were playing some 2v2s earlier together, just getting some early chemistry building here before, of course, the Swiss stage came about. And apparently they were making top players look like C2s. And I tell you what, Doromus, that is an absolutely wild statement, but not unbelievable.
No, absolutely not. And Sheila's performance yesterday was something to behold. Like, all of a sudden, we started seeing performances that made them look like a top team performance. The way they were linking up with the other two. My brain's gone blank. I'm having a bit of a mare at the minute. Excuse me. Woke up a couple hours ago, but again, you've done exactly the same. I'm pretty sure.
Right now, guys.
Stop! Stop with the Counter Strike. I'm thinking of pop flashes. That's outrageous. But yeah, Sheila's performance yesterday was something to behold, alongside Smashy and Lasser as well. There you go. The names have finally come back to me. Yeah, it was something really nice to watch, and we managed to see a good fight against Gentlemates. It wasn't too disheartening. In fact, they managed to shrug it off and just fly through the rest of the bracket. So it's gonna be something to watch there. And Caliente, yeah, it's all just about the waiting and seeing now. We're gonna get live into the action very shortly, and I can't wait. I hope we take game 1 off them. If we take game 1 off them, that'll set precedence of what we are looking for today. We are not gonna back down without a fight.
Absolutely. To even qualify ourselves to this position in the Swiss stage, we did have to beat a world champion. Of course, that was Scrub Killer, the big former prodigy, of course, for Vitality. And of course, there are Vitality former talents on the roster we play against as well. The likes of Sizen, a couple top 4s, top 8s. I believe he managed to grab himself back when he was on Vitality. And that's including majors, not just regional success. And K-Dop, I think he's had a little bit more than top 8 in his career. I mean, a few achievements to his name, I guess you can say. Jokes aside, if you load up his Liquipedia and just scroll down to awards, it is such a long list spanning many a years. And you know, someone has to bring him down a peg. I mean, come on. It is the new generation looking to take over the European scene. And why can't that be the legendary Smashy, Sheila, and Lasser of 86? Ladies and gentlemen, game 1 is supposed to be underway. We will see if it wants to connect. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1 is underway. 86 versus Caliente, a multi-time world champion facing on the likes of Lasser, Sheila, and Smashy. Will they be able to compete? Is that even a question here, Daromus? Of course they can. Here we go.
Absolutely. Enough of the constant waffling that you've just had of the past 10 minutes. We've now got Rocket League Ashes. K-Dop tries to start an opener here. Lasso's controlled the ball, carries it downfield. Sizer with an intercept, but Sheila's going to be back for that one. Good bit of rotation work there. Well, 40 seconds in. Still 0-0. Good stuff at the moment, but Growly gets a pass into the mid, and as I say that, K-Dop tucks it away into the left corner. Caliente taking goal number 1 here in this best of 5 series.
Three-time world champion title. That is really a sight to behold there from K-Dot. But I do just want to mention here the first bit of confidence shown there by a caster on the 86 broadcast. And just like usual, we concede immediately. Why do they let us host this broadcast? I feel like we are a detriment to the team here. Second goal flies in. It is K-Dop yet again. Neutral demos coming out there. Between, I believe it was Lasser and Sizen just off the goal line. Either way, I don't think Lasser was going to get back in time for this one. It is a big start here for Caliente, but let some time go by, let the nerves be settled. I'm sure we're going to see a very different 86.
Absolutely. Growly up for this one. Gets a bump play as well, and Sizen with the 50 on Sheila. Lasser waiting on this backboard here. Will take a touch. Not the most controlled in the world. It will fall to K-Dop, and K-Dop up rapid time there to get it towards the backboard. Good intercept by Sheila. Lasser is up for it. Can't get an extra touch here. Maybe a shot on net. Smashy fakes it out. Oh, I would have liked to see him come in there just to play that bit of aggression. It may have left a bit more of a risk, but this is an interesting rule one. Doesn't quite fall through as Growly backs out of it. Lasser passes to Sheila. They're trying to find these openings, and a demo does come through, but Smashy sends it forward. Lasser to Sheila, but Sheila not getting the boost. Bit of a double commit there. Makes things a bit awkward for 86. It was a good carry by the Caliente player there as K-Dop tries to send this towards the backboard. Good 50. Sheila with the clear. Again, it's just trying to find your foot in, finding that control of the ball, because right now there's a lot of wasted touches. Good save by Smashy.
And Sizen will look to knock this one high here. Smashy just weighing on his own back wall, trying to take some space here, but zero boost of a tank and a heavy touch. We'll see Growly go for the punishment. Sizen sends it left here to K-Dop. Smashy looking to block this one off. Lasser and Sheila just waiting for a touch to head to him, but it never does. Sizen places that really well to find his French comrade here on the roster. Growly shuts things down here in the corner, and you can already see the experience here of Caliente so far. I mean, they are so good at holding on to pressure, and there's so much intention in every single touch they go for. K-Dop sees some space there on the back wall. Smashy does well to find the read. And still just hunting for that first goal here, 86, just so they can, you know, break the seal here. I feel like the initial goal droughts you have heading into a series, it's best to get that over and done with as quickly as possible. And this opportunity might just be the one.
Yeah, good demo by Sheila there to open up the space, but K-Dop comes flying in there, charging that ball downfield. Smashy has control, gets a 50 with Sizen. Lasser is up for it, but Sizen again charging for it, just giving them no time on the ball. It's good stuff by Caliente, but 86, they need to figure out a way to try and control it and try and slow things down, because at the moment the pace is just a little bit too quick for them. Growly left in all sorts of awkward. 50 with K-Dop there by Smashy, and Sheila tries to control this in the corner, but again, just charging forward at Caliente in that corner. They have no risk at this moment in time. 2 goals up to look good. We have 90 seconds left on the clock as Lasser sends one towards net, and there you go. There is the duck broken. We have finally broken through this Caliente side. It took a simple wall shot from Lasser there. K-Dop left awkward as Smashy goes for a demo, but there you go. We are on the scoreboard at 1-2.
And I love that. Disrespect a legend of the game. Chase him for demos. Get him off the pitch if you can. And maybe you can get yourself some goals here. Lasser, a lovely player here to get the first goal of the day. We speak a lot about his defensive prowess here on the pitch, typically. He's no stranger to the score sheet as well. Masters of Surfaces. He's got so many goals coming off his own backboard, coming off the sidewall. That's really been his calling. We saw it quite a fair bit in Open 1, actually, when he made the Swiss stage, and he threw some chances against Stormtroopers as well. Everything coming off the backboard of the opposing side. Definitely a player here that opposing teams do have to look out for. Sizen knows that Sheila is no one to be messed with as well. Knocks him off the pitch, and Lasser leaves that one rebounding off the crossbar. But the important point is 86 are getting chances.
That was a clear-cut opportunity there. If he had another chance at that shot, it would have definitely been 2-2. Just absolutely rifled across the crossbar. And with 30 seconds left, they need one more attack here to try and bring this to 2-2. All of a sudden, our mindset has changed. It hasn't gone from, oh, we just need to score one. It's gone from, we could definitely take this game to overtime if we want to. And Smashy tries to get the ball past. Lasser pops this one up high. Growly is there for it. Will continue charge this forward. Beats out Sheila. Smashy has to play close attention to that ball. Does well to wait it out. Good patience there from the third man. Good 50 as well, but 5 seconds left. They're going to need to charge forward for something. And Lasser carries it over. Growly gets a bump. K-Dop is up and a 50 goes down, and that's going to hit the ground. No, it's not. It's going to stay up by Smashy. Nice little touch there. Growly sends it downfield. Again, this zero time is something spectacular already. Smashy keeping this one up. K-Dop is looking to drop this one with a double tap and does so effectively. So Caliente 2-1 to the good in game number 1, but it's not all lost at the minute for 86. In fact, I'm quite impressed with their performance in that second half. Maybe they can continue pushing forward like they did in that second half. It would be good to see if they can get an opener here in game number 2.
And I feel like it's a bit of a, caster cliche, player cliche, coach cliche to say that was a warm-up game. But it truly was in that instance. I feel like the first half of that game, if we're being completely honest, Caliente established themselves early. There was a bit of early struggles there coming from 86 where they couldn't really get out of their own third. But in that later stage, you couldn't really put much difference between these two teams. It was a lot more competitive. 86 were obviously able to get themselves that first goal. And there was potential for more. There was potential for an overtime there. Really impressed with what I saw there. And big save coming out early here from Lasser.
Yeah, well played by Lasser there to keep that one out. Growly came charging forward after K-Dop's little attempt at goal there, just to try and force the ball through. And Lasser gets a pass into the mid. Smashy's facing backwards. But that pass, if it fell to Lasser, would have been something spectacular. Growly left awkward as the demo attempt was provided by Lasser. Doesn't quite come through. K-Dop has to send this to the corner, and all of a sudden we've got attacking pressure here in the first 30 seconds. That ball cuts across. Growly has boost to work with, gets a flip reset, but Sheila's there to intercept immediately. K-Dop up on the sidewall now, gets intercepted by Smashy. Really well played there to cut out any sort of offensive opportunity. But again, the defense of 86, we saw a few gaps in it yesterday. They need to resolve them today, especially against a side like this. But with passing like that to knock the ball upfield, you're looking at good offensive pressure as well. So it's just the little things at the moment now, just very much fine-tuning as Lasser carries this ball towards net.
And K-Dot, big save there on the goal line. Smashy vote. Looking to break through. This one coming off the back wall. Lasser keeps this one high. And look at this forward press here coming from 86. Oh. They are eventually rewarded. And it's Sheila mind-gaming the entire defense to send that one low. We've got 1v1 players on the team, but Sheila showing everyone how it's done.
Like I said, very good offensive pressure by 86 there, and the demos and bump plays were throwing off Caliente all sorts, as I think it was Sazen and Growly on the back line there, trying to get to the ball, and all of a sudden you have a guy with a full tank of boost and two opponents with nothing. As Smashy goes for a solo play of his own to get goal number 2. The confidence started to come through with 86 now, and it's good to see in game number 2. The confidence coming out early here from the boys in blue, and we just need to keep pushing forward. Do not let this Caliente side get a sniff at your net. Just try and keep the ball up high and downfield. As I say that, Growly with a cheeky shot towards, and all of a sudden the rotation looking a bit scrappy.
And it feels like we're continuing on with that play that we ended the first game with, where we put ourselves in such good positions to score. It just couldn't quite find the back of the net. Now, highly offensive. Demo here from Lasso onto Kada, but it's a completely open net here for Sheila. Second goal in a row for the former substitute. And it just leaves you questioning, why was he not on the pitch? Because throw him on, top 32, against the multi-world champion, and watch him cook.
all of a sudden, these demos are causing way more issues for Caliente, and it's looking really good for us at the moment. If they can keep applying this sort of constant high-paced pressure, all of a sudden we're playing at our own pace now, and it's a complete difference to what we saw in the first half of game number 1, as Caliente double committing, charging forward. They're looking a bit concerning at this moment in time, and it's good to see for us as Smashy sends us towards the sidewall. Sizen will be the one to sit back here and Growly challenge, and it's a good challenge by Growly. No boost though, leaves it for Sizen, sends it down the corner. Lasser just buying time here for his team to rotate back, low on boost as well, has to rotate around. Smashy with a good 50, and all of a sudden we are halfway through this game with a 2-goal advantage. And if I said that about 5 minutes ago, you wouldn't believe me, but at the moment, it's solid performance.
Oh, not
Pass
again!
across. It's a great pass across by Sizen, and K-Dop scores. That is my bad. I'll take onus on that one.
Oh, you just had to open your mouth. You had to be here as the caster and talk on stream. Absolutely despicable. Guys, what do we think about Ironing Board, man, giving Caliente their first goal? Not happy about that, but the boys now just have to hold on, have to fight back against SirPigasus. I tell you what, I feel like we've been taking turns every single stream here, Deromas. Lassavo, will steal that infield pass there from K-Dop. Sheila, with nothing in the tank, going to leave that for his Spaniard to take this one over. Smashy cuts rotation as well. Catches Growly completely off guard for that one. Flip reset attempted. Sheila is found. Lasser has that third man. Backboard to exploit. And still, we see those clearances come out here from K-Dot. But they are not out of the woods yet, especially with Sheila stepping up.
The backboard looking a bit free at the moment for 86. Again, they can't convert though, and Growly with the full take boost will try and carry that downfield. K-Dop will be first to this ball. Smashy does well to get the intercept, and Sizen send that to the sidewall in a bit of an awkward fashion, but it does bounce backwards. Sheila will be there, sending it long, and all of a sudden, Caliente are all forced back into their own quarter, and Smashy is up here, gets the 50, drops down, it'll go. Sizen sending this one downfield. Smashy just buying time, tries to get a demo on the first man. I think that was K-Dop actually, so Smash K-Dop, Operation Smash K-Dop we should call this at the moment, because it is working strong for 86. These demos are coming through, and yes, we are in our own half at the minute, but again, it's just neutralizing that threat in front of goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Sheila does well to hold down that 50-50, and it's just Smashy trying to hold on for this final minute. Caliente are going to step themselves up. Either way, I feel like this is going to be a statement game to the majority of Europe here. K-Dop trying to lay this one off for himself. Growly was unsure there whether to go for a bump, maybe wait around for a redirect instead. He's just lurking around in no man's land, waiting to be beaten there by Lasser. That one's on target, but Sheila rifles that one off the backboard. It's K-Dop to Sizen. Chance for something special here. Growly can't finish it. And oh my goodness, it felt like 86 just got away with that one.
Yeah, Growly pushed him a bit too far on that offense, made him well out of position for the ball, but all of a sudden you've got two 86 players rotating back. Lasser managed to get that touch. It's a bit of a wasteful one as Growly manages to get full possession. 10 seconds left here on the clock. They just need to get this ball out. Lasser has a free touch, and there's the ball out. There's the overcommit by Caliente, and game number 2 should surely be 86's. And there you have it, a good dunk there by Sheila to drop that ball to the ground, and 86 take game number 2 the way Caliente took game number 1 in a 2-1 victory.
And look at the stats here. The player to take MVP here, rewarded by Sonics. I'm going to have to agree with him 100%. Sheila had such a good game. Of course, 2 goals for the good, a save as well, just to go alongside that. 5 shots, 10 total overall for this team 86. The amount of pressure they were able to apply there was incredible. And Deromas, please tell the rest of the stream how confident you are that this team are just going to take it all the way to game 4 and win. Go on, let the stream know.
Well, I can't say anything because I'll just be bullied in chat if I'm wrong. That's the stance I've taken at this moment in time. We're gonna take each game one step at a time here, and I'm gonna put my logical brain on. Yes, that was great from 86, but Caliente, you know what they're worth. All of a sudden, we shut out K-Dop for a bit, and all the points for Caliente were one out of each other. They were well rotated, they were well positioned, but we managed to find exploits in their midfield game. You could see it with the demos. All of a sudden, that midfield just basically fell back. And as we head into game number 3, we are looking for more of that exploitation here, pushing them back into their own half. And well, we get game 3 underway, and we're hoping for a quick start here.
That was a test and you passed, by the way. Congratulations there, Doromus. And now we can continue the stream with surely no curses thrown on this team. Smashy getting some flip resets to try and take this play forward. Lasser shuts that one down at the halfway line there. Not giving them any real estate in their own half. Lasser is an open net. He needs that second touch. And oh, it probably should have been done in one. The job was made a lot more difficult for himself. And we do remain goalless here in this third game so far. A chance for a head start, but they're going to have to work even harder to take this lead. Lasser off that back wall. Sheila lurking around that corner as well. And what I've loved so far here from 86 is there's been a lot of control here from this team. They've not overcommitted their third man all too often, but they've still been able to place them high when the opportunities have exposed themselves. They've got such a good risk assessment compared to what we saw in game one. It was night and day in that second, and that's why they're able to be so much more competitive. It's low boost counts in this defense so far for 86, but still with nothing in the tank, zero resources. This team are able to hold on. They're thrifty here so far. Smashy with the shot, but K-Dop will send that one across.
Yeah, try to bury that one into the top right corner. Doesn't quite pay off. K-Dop was there waiting for it. Growly with a missed attempt on that ball. We'll try and continue going downfield. Dry on boost at the minute, though. Smashy getting that one. And just a call back to Lasser's shot there. We may look back at that one as one of the mistakes of this series. But we all know in Rocket League, the hardest shot to attempt is an open net. We know this, okay? You have all that time and space. You start overcomplicating things. Now, he hit it a bit too hard off the sidewall. That's all it really came down to. But 86, they will not let that get to them too much here, as Lasser will have a free ball, tries to get a 50 past Sizen, but Sizen boosts his way through it. Sheila on the corner sends us downfield. Growly is there for it though with a full tank of boost, has a lot to work with, but Smashy up fast. And this defensive work, to be fair, from 86 has been quick. There hasn't been any sort of hesitation in their play as of right now. It's very readable Rocket League from Caliente at the moment. But again, it's just trying to get that ball out of your half, trying to get a beat on one, and all of a sudden K-Dop does manage to get that full tank of boost, which allows the rotation to be easier. But again, a demo coming through from 86 to open up that midfield, and look at that, the ball has pushed out of our half. Only very briefly, but it's enough to give us some sort of opportunity here, Pig.
Growly, that one's on target.
And I speak. I'm retiring.
Oh.
I'm retiring from commentary. I can't keep doing this. Every time I speak highly of our side, it's
instant. That's what's insane. It's not like 10 seconds goes by and, you know, there's some time for it to fester. Instantly, Growly gets on the back of that and has a completely open net. Still, a fight back here from Sheila. K-Dop does well to put this one wide. K-Dop look for it yet again. Smashy does slow down that offense. Sheila puts it back onto the wall. And look, for now, it's only a 1-goal difference. It almost became 2 here with that dribble coming from Sizen. This is definitely something that they can fight back from. 86 have been able to score 1 goal at least in the first 2 games. Hopefully this pattern can continue because it is essential here in the next 100 seconds. Overtime has got to be part of that aim. Sheila, nothing in the tank. Sizen, that's very heavy. And Lasser's first touch isn't favourable either. A big scramble towards the ball. Sizen has to turn quick. Growly will interrupt first. Cuts rotation to allow his higher boost defenders to stay back to the last line of defence. Growly took some time to pick up some for himself. And, well, that boom there from Sizen will end that passage of play here for 86. But again, they're forcing out the absolute most from this team. Try and stop Smashy. Oh, my goodness. And, well, you'd usually back him in those kind of positions. That one couldn't quite come together.
The backboard was free. He saw the opportunity to get to it, but again, it waterfall down, making things a little bit more awkward to read for Smashy. Charged at that ball at a rate of knots as well. K-Dop trying to keep this ball out of the danger zone, but Sheila is there. Up he goes, tries to get another touch, not quite, and is pinched downfield. Sizen is there, not a lot of boost. Manages to pick up the 100 though, and Smashy left awkward. Lasser has to take time and does well to get past Growly. Flip reset, pass. Sheila with a shot, Sheila with a goal, and it is 1 apiece here. 34 seconds left on the clock, and it's all tied up. Can we potentially do something here? I'm not going to call it, because I will have the 86 admin holding me at gunpoint if I say anything. So 86, keep playing the way you're playing and keep trying to take advantage of these open spaces.
Oh, hold on. Big kickoff coming out early there, and that got me concerned. Lasser having to hold it down in the corner. A big hit here. Coming from Smashy does find Sheila. Another goal to add to his tally so far. He's been excellent in this series. Lasser looking to find his teammate yet again, and I feel like a lot of the conversation has always been Smashy and Lasser, the amazing duoship that this team has, having been teamed for the entirety of this season so far. But he just gets along with everyone on this roster. Of course, they were queuing twos before this matchup. Well, we can see that chemistry immediately here at the highest level.
Well. Caliente take goal number 2 after 4 seconds of overtime. A kickoff coming through. Pass to Smashy. Smashy unfortunately getting the wrong touch on the nose there just to bury that one away to make it 2-1. We'll move quickly on from that, and I'm hoping 86 will do as well, as the silence pretty deafening here in the commentary box after the praise of Smashy and Lasser. Again, we can't say anything at the moment. If we say something, it's the whole Jose Mourinho gif. If I say something, I'm in trouble. Yeah, it's that sort of thing right here. Again, a 2-1 result. It's just showing you how close this series is at the moment. It's the goal difference is non-existent. There hasn't been a dominant performance from either side at the moment, and I'm using either side sparingly for the Rocket League gods looking at this stream. Please stop doing this to us. But yeah, game number 4 underway, and we shall shrug off whatever that was on the kickoff as Smashy takes underway, not trying to redeem himself, surely, as Sizen will control this ball, and Lasser does get the touch. Demo comes through, though, and that was very well played by Sizen there to open up a free net for K-Dop. 1-0 to Caliente here in game number 4.
That's a lovely 50-50 there from Sizen, and then off the ball, immediately hunting that Demo as well. That's really well played there coming off the kickoff. You can't have really any complaints for what you saw, and a pattern that definitely existed during Open 1 and Open 2 was that 86 typically conceded early after a kickoff. Kickoffs were a big issue in their game, and we didn't really see that yesterday in day 2 in the double elimination bracket. Of course, now conceding what are essentially 2 kickoff goals in a row here at the opening stages, and Sheila missing a completely open net as well on the follow-up. It's brutal to see these patterns re-emerge here from what we thought was leaving with the Mr. Worldwide's name. Sheila sends it back forward. Lasser looks to bring this one back. And Sheila wants that bump, wants Smashy to be the one to take that one home. Instead, the lead still remains here for Caliente. And it's just one of those moments where you think this should not be the score at the top of our screen.
Absolutely not, but it's not kitchen sink time as of yet as the second goal falls in for Growly. There's still 4 minutes of Rocket League to be played. Yes, there's only been 3 goals a game in this series, but we all know when it comes to it, when it comes to clutch potential, all of a sudden the scorelines become a little bit more broken, and this is the sort of performance we need now from 86 here, is to try and break up the pattern of this Caliente side. They are missing open nets, but again, it was quite difficult. Smashy had an opportunity as well earlier on in this game, but the drop down wasn't good enough from him. But it's just sorting out these little bits that you can't afford to miss this late on into this open 3 very much, as Lasser tries to go for a shot of his own. Sizen there with the save. And well, with 3 minutes 30 left to go, we'd like to see a goal before the halfway point. Whether or not it'll happen, it'll be another thing to come. We'll just have to wait and see here.
And Lasser will take this one down. A slight double commit there happening from the Caliente players, but they are quick to recover. Demo here from Lasser on Growly. Allows Sheila to bring this one forward. That could be an excellent pass here from Smashy, but Lasser just didn't have enough in the tank there to catch up with that one. Is beaten by an orange car. Sheila wants to sneak this one under as well, and you can start to see Caliente start to defend with offense. They do not want to let this ball in their third because they know that 86 at their best can be dangerous when they are, of course, slotting away their open nets. Their creation, I think, has been excellent so far in this series. It's just all about that final product. It was a factor in that first game as well, where that felt like that definitely should have gone to an overtime. That one's just snuck its way through. Sizen is forced to make a response there on the goal line out of desperation. Speaking of desperation, we are past that halfway point. It is 2 goals here for Caliente, a team that I hope I don't need to remind you, are sitting on match points.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like the play by Smashy and Lasser there. Smashy had a full tank of boost to work with, but Lasser came cutting underneath. And that's what allowed that potential opener there for 86 in this game. It was just a bit too slow. Again, everything has been mildly unfortunate, I'd say, for this 86 side, as Sheila has pressure on him now at net. 2 minutes left to go. And it's just charge forward now, I think, for the boys in blue as Smashy tries to carry this downfield, does well. Demo comes through as well, and the ball will fall in the net. I didn't quite see who was on the back line there, but 86 have got an opener with 1:52 left to go. 2-1 to Laguna Caliente, but now we have the goal. It's whether or not we can find something else here.
Fire the social media manager. See her in chat saying this is over. Absolutely not. Big demo there coming from Sheila. Straight off the kickoff as well. Throw absolutely everything at him. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. He's broken his ankles. And a demo as well to open up the space even more. That's a set piece play. That's more what we're expecting here from this 86 roster. And it is back to equal quick as a flash.
Kickoff goal shenanigans once more. However, we have broken through that barrier this time around to get one of our own. It's whether or not we can hold this offense here, as all of a sudden Caliente, they had an attacking chance. Smashy go for a bump. It works out. Lasser not getting to the ball in time. Growly there quick enough for it. That could have surely been the third if Growly wasn't so rapid to that ball. But Smashy trying to work everything he's got in that tank. It'll drop to Lasser. Lasser with a shot, and Growly, low on boost, manages to tuck that one out of the net into the corner. But again, this offense of 86 is coming through. Smashy with a shot, and it's in 3-2. And I said, when all hope is lost, the scorelines don't matter. We've had 3 goals in each game so far. How about a 5th going the way of 86? 3-2 to 86 at the moment. 1:11 left to go. Let's keep this offensive pressure. We need a 4th. I do not want to see this end up being a tight-knit match. 3-2 at the moment as Growly tries to send this to the backboard. It'll waterfall down. Sheila with the clear.
We saw this team come back from 3-0 down yesterday in the double elimination bracket, still facing a world champion. 2 goals down. This team simply does not know how to quit. As long as there's time on the board, it's not 0 seconds, and this ball has not touched the ground, this team can always compete. Lasser 50-50 versus K-Dop. Sheila will send this one flying forward. They just have to hold on for another 30 seconds. You can still see some offensive intention off the back of this team. Smashy staying tight to it. And he just has to get some 50-50s here. Play it long, play it close. Once you are forward, just make sure it isn't in your own half. Make sure it isn't in your own nets. Great save there by Smashy. And even more impressive was the follow-up touch afterwards. K-Dop shot. Growly waiting there in the corner. But still, Lasser will stay tight to it. Smashy knows that there is 0 seconds on the clock now. Sizen looking to create some 0-second action. And K-Dop, 3-time world champion, showing his experience. Lasser and Sheila, a bit of panic there for that final play. And ladies and gentlemen, we will go to overtime.
It was critical. They didn't get that goal, and I feel like we may lose this overtime. I'm just saying that because of what's happened before. Sheila trying to prove me wrong as Growly sends this one up high. And Sizen tapping that to the corner, of course. I've got to say what's truthful. I have a feeling that Caliente will win this overtime here. Yep. And I'm not manifesting anything at the moment.
Caliente will win this overtime, ladies and gentlemen. Can everyone please start saying that in chat? Priya, we need you again. Sheila can't beat Growly in this instance. K-Dop will get that tight touch here in the corner. Smashing 50-50. Sizen will look to send it high. Second touch. Not going to find the target. Big early clearance there coming from 86. Sheila we'll look to bring this one across, and you can see K-Dop lurking. Cause some late drama here to put us in this position in the first place here. I spoke about a 3-0 comeback that happened in yesterday's stream, of course. And well, for that, you have to score more than 3 goals. I guess this is just how 86 like to do it. High scoring, high action. They haven't made the job easy for themselves with some of the open net misses we saw in regulation. And that play shouldn't have been as menacing as it was. It was a drop down which was going straight towards the blue car. Lasser on the back foot. Nice and cool back heel to keep this one away. He will get that first touch. Commits his flip to beat Sizen. Sheila already up. Smashy. Not much of a tank. Maybe a bit of more. We could have seen something else come out of it. K-Dop instead. Forced to just boom this one forward with nothing in the tank. Lasser beaten there by Growly, but if anything, that might act as a pass for Smashy. No, just gets a slight misread off that touch. We are approaching 2 minutes of OT. And, well, you can feel the tension start to rise between these two sides.
Sheila getting up quick to that ball. Smashy sending it long. Saw an opener, but K-Dop was back waiting for it. That ball will pop up high. This should be a pass into the mid. No, he's going for a solo play here, Lasser. Good pinch there from Lasser there on Growly, and Smashy has chance to do something with this one, but Sheila will be there as the third to get to that one. Besides, and will send this downfield. Lasser, bit of pressure on him now to make sure there's a good touch. Great touch, but Growly is up quick. Sheila doesn't have boosted attack. That one bounces out, and that is a great little touch by Lasser there to prevent any sort of shot coming towards net. And all of a sudden, we are back in the half for Caliente. This is where you want to be. Smashy taps us up to the corner, tries to work something out between Growly. It is going to be a 50. Lasser with it gets demoed as well, so Growly has a free ball to send downfield. Smashy low on boost, bit of a mistake there, and all of a sudden you're starting to see panic set in from 86. They need to keep calm here. 2.5 minutes into overtime, and they're struggling to get the ball out of their half for a prolonged period of time. Sheila needs to get there. Does well as K-Dop sends this down. Growly gets bumped by Sazen, and Sheila does well to get there. Lack of boost. 3 minutes into overtime, and we can't get out of our own half.
That was a 1v3 there from Sheila. Had to avoid 2 bumps. And, of course, the shot of the final man there from Caliente. And defensively, it has been strong in this OT in the last-ditch efforts. But certainly, like before, jobs made harder than they should be. Bump here landing on K-Dop. Sheila just trying to keep it close. That slight tap will take that ball away from his possession. It lands on Lasser to Smashy. That one looked deceivingly dangerous. But Sheila was prepared to get that controlled touch. Smashy boom back forward. There's no way K-Dot misses up that one. Yep, Growly back on, looking to redirect that one forward. Sheila on the big block. And Lasser, awkward in this initial play. Dogfights versus Sizen. Still comes out on top, being able to lay this one off to a teammate. Smashy looks to find the Spaniard yet again. And you can feel him lurking. Sheila can't be waiting too far behind. Smashy, though, just willing to go alone. Here is the man himself. Sizen does well to beat him. 100 boost. Fakes attempted. Wraps it around the back of Lasser, but also way too far and wide of the post.
K-Dop with a fake there allows the ball to enter the mid of 86, but it's a good clear there by Lasser. Well, Smashy even, and Lasser on the backboard here gets a beat out on K-Dop. Season the full tank of boost. Good 50 comes through. Growly needs to get to it, but Sheila with the intercept. K-Dop needs to fall back here on the backboard, launches that one downfield, and look, they are not allowing this ball to enter the Caliente half. They are just sending it downfield and trying to play on an attack. As Sazen with a shot, K-Dop is up, Smashy's there, but it's going to fall down. It's going to bounce off the post.
No way!
Sheila keeps it out by barest the margins of pass into the mid. Smashy with a shot. K-Dop will be there. We are approaching a whole game of overtime as Smashy tries to go for a play of his own. Doesn't quite work out. 50 comes through, and Lasser trying to formulate an attack with minimal boost here.
And divine intervention keeps this game alive here for 86. We have doubled the match length here in OT. This one drops down. Lasser sends it long. Sizen, too much power against him. That one just goes high, and Sheila was sitting still. Oh no, not a disconnect. Not like this. We don't have match admins, I'm afraid, here, ladies and gentlemen. I believe they are going to have to keep on going. This is quite possibly the worst thing that could happen here in this match. Still, the 2v3 has been held on to relatively well, and that's it. Sheila off the pitch here, Sizen in field. And this is how it ends. Caliente take that victory. 5 minutes of overtime. K-Dop, GG, sorry. That's respect in chat there, shown by a legend of the game.
That one hurts.
5.5 minutes of overtime.
That one hurts.
5.5 minutes of overtime. and it came to a disconnect. We held off for so long, and all of a sudden, Sheila's internet decided, you know what, forget your divine intervention, just cancel everything entirely, and I'm just going to remove you from the server. You did too well to hold off for so long. We're going to cause more problems, and that's painful. That's like
Yeah.
to shrug that off going into the next series as well is going to be something. I know Sheila's going to be annoyed with that one, but they're going to have to move on. You don't have time. You don't have time to. Yeah,
Dwell.
Sheila DC. Yeah, we
Hmm.
don't. Well, yeah, you don't have time to dwell on it. But I'm just taking a look. There's no admins or anything for the Swiss
Yeah.
stage, so that is that. That's the end of that, unfortunately.
That is absolutely brutal. Yeah, Nordic confirming that Sheila's internet did in fact die, and I feel like the next focus has to be whether we can, of course, get him back before the next series, because this was obviously one that dragged on for what was actually 5 games worth with that 5 minute overtime. So there's a likely chance that this second series check-in time is going to start quick. Of course, we do have Glowy available as a substitute, and I don't know what it is about Eighty6, formerly Mr. Worldwide, and having extremely capable substitutes on their roster. But this is another one. This is truly where you make your name here as of course that substitute player. Of course, this is just it's a devastating feeling. I can only imagine how the players feel. I'm not on the pitch here. I'm just here as a commentator and a big supporter here for Eighty6 alongside the Romus. But I feel like if we are going to take away anything from that game, it's that, it took a disconnect realistically for Caliente to beat us. I mean, that's just the facts there. Say what you like. I mean, it was, of course, they were already ahead in the series, but by that time we'd found ourselves in that OT. All the mistakes that we were having before that conceded those 2 games felt like they were ironed out. There were less open net misses. There was a bit more coordination in defense. This team were able to hold on to offense for a lot longer as well. There's a reason that this consistent top 12 team, and that needs to be reminded here for Twitch chat, top 12 both in Open 1 and Open 2 of the greatest region in the world. Of course, we are aiming for top 16. To be able to go toe for toe with them for that long, not just in that OT, but in the series in general, that's got to mean something. That has to mean something for this team. And, well, you just have to continue from that point. Like we said at the beginning of the stream, you've just got to play what's ahead of you. And if that's unfortunately in the 0-1 round after a disconnect and potentially with a substitute as well, that's competition. That is online esports.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like we as casters should take a quick break here, as we are waiting for the next matchup. So we will be taking a quick 5-minute break. Don't go anywhere. We will be going for lower round number 2 here in the Swiss stage. We shall catch you all in the next 5 minutes.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 86 broadcast. The second series is going to be rather quickly on the way. We have managed to get Sheila back online. His internet has returned. I have heard, however, that on standby, we do have the substitute, just in case a similar situation happens where, of course, our player does lose his internet. But on to the next game. Like we said, just have to win what's in front of you. And at the moment, it will be Chippy Chips with, of course, Chippy, Yup, and Vosyen. Yup and Vosyen formerly being of Atom Unity, I would like to say, in Open 2. And Havilpools in Open 1 as well. Yup is a very high-level 1v1 player at the moment that is really making a name for himself recently. Chippy, a very established talent who's been around for quite some time, of course. And, well, you want to talk about being around for quite some time. Vosyen, of course, does complete that roster.
Yeah, absolutely. A very good side. A very different side to what we saw on your screens about 20 minutes ago as well. Maybe we can take advantage of the fact that we're not playing the likes of K-Dob anymore. We have got, again, well-evolved talent in this roster of Chippy Chips here, but maybe 86 can push through a little bit easier and maybe play a little bit more towards their style, as the passive players are already coming out from 86, and Sheila, the last man there, charging forward. Internet hopefully resolved for now, but we do have a substitute waiting just in case everything goes pear-shaped. So 1-0 to 86 here as Sheila takes the opener.
And, well, if that isn't a sign that he's back, I don't know what is, ladies and gentlemen. Already opening up the scoring. He was our sharpshooter in the series beforehand. Got ourselves most of our goals to keep that one close. That one will knock its way off the back wall. I was very concerned there with the angle we were given, whether that was on target or not. Lasser will send this one high. And look, when we looked at our Swiss brackets here, of course, Deromus, we said it was really tough. We said that the competition was really high. And this is absolutely no disrespect to Chippy Chips, but more a compliment to the amount of talent that is in our pool. If we want to make main event, these are the kind of teams we have to be beating here. The types that have been, you know, free plays that have been hunting for that top 16. They have hung around, of course, in the Swiss stages. I believe Havilpools, for example, made round 5 in Open 1, if my memory does serve correct, but we didn't quite make it to top 16. These are the teams that have to have a target on their head here for 86. And, well, very impressed with the start so far, taking that initial lead as 2 minutes pass.
Yeah, we've got the advantage already. And, again, I think playing Caliente was a bit of a grace to start us off with, a bit of a fast-paced game to get us going in this Swiss stage. And all of a sudden we can adapt to the teams around us at this moment in time. And taking goal number 1 here in the... Okay, taking goal number 1 here in game number 1, as I was saying, is quite nice to have that we've got up to speed. But again, Chippy Chips managed to get a goal back of their own. So it is one apiece here halfway through the game. But again, it has been comfortable at the moment for 86. It's just whether or not we can keep pushing forward like we did against Caliente. As Sheila tries to get a kick-off goal of their own, it's just going to fall past them.
And yup, can't get that second touch he wanted. Smashy will shut this one down. Just looks to initiate the attack here. Double bumps coming out as well. And that is brutal from Smashy, smashing his way through the entire defense here. If the musty flick doesn't land, these bumps certainly will. And Lasser does well to find that angle as well. I'm definitely missing those 100 out of 100 times. Well, this quality on the pitch, you can reassure yourself that we will regain that lead.
As soon as Smashy is first man, you can guarantee one of the players on the back line will be sent to the stratosphere, because Smashy is just constantly targeting that last man on any team. No matter who you are, you will get bumped out the way, no matter how much time you think you have. He will always be there to just send you in a different direction. But as we see that Wyozen almost getting a shot of his own, a nice little double tap, it will stray wide. And Chippy pops this up towards the backboard. Lasser's there, full tiger boost, no real concern. Great 50 as well to send that one out, and gets a 50 on Wyozen again to send that one away. Chippy on the corner wall gets a touch. Not a great touch by Smashy there, leaves it awkward, and Chippy will send that one towards net. You could tell by just how uncomfortable that touch was by Smashy, that Chippy was just going to take advantage immediately there.
Yeah, a bit of a mess up there on that side wall. As soon as he made that mistake, it was over. He put himself in quite an awkward situation to allow that one to sneak past. But still, one foot after the other here. You've just got to continue play after that kickoff. Chippy might look to go alone yet again. Beats the first man. Has a defender to beat this time. A more impressive play to the goal we saw before. And oh, that is a lovely fake there, actually, for that initial beat. And Smashy is completely sent to the shops as well. A bit too forward committed here and couldn't cover his own back line.
Yeah, really nice play there by Chippy. But again, it's the kickoffs that are letting us down a little bit here for 86 at the moment. Sheila up for this one. Gets bumped on the side wall. Throws him off as he tried to set himself up on the side there. But Smashy is up for this. Free backboard.
Woo!
Double tap. In it goes. You see a free backboard for Smashy. You can guarantee the majority of the shots he's going to take is going to fall into the back of the net. And we're all tied up here again with a minute 10 left to go.
And it is just such a high percentage play for him. More than it is many other players here in the scene. I still back that. I think he is one of the most mechanical players that Europe has to offer. I don't care what stage of the RLCS you are talking. This man is certainly up there. Nice and confident double tap. Might as well have been an open net. And well, this game brought back to equal. Free vote. You know, causing a bit of deja vu of that last game we saw. Hopefully, nothing will return there. Vorcien does well with that flip reset. And oh my goodness, I tell you what. When Chippy Chips have scored, they have been impressive. Lasser just about beaten there, and Sheila couldn't wrap himself around quick enough. Had a tank of boost there to perhaps catch up to that play, but just didn't expect his teammate to get beat.
Because it's impressive, but it's impressive solo plays. You can get rid of that threat entirely with a quick charge forward. A smash, he goes for a bump, hits the crossbar. Lasser's there to finish. And again, that was a solo play, but Lasser was there as backing, and it bounces off the crossbar, not giving it any time for anyone to react. Lasser will just tuck that one away to make it 4-4. This game already really scrappy between the two, both trying to figure each other out here in game number one. But again, it's quite interesting, the dynamic of this one compared to the last.
Yeah, very high scoring and definitely not the cleanest game of Rocket League we've witnessed. I feel like that last Caliente game really forced the best out of both of these rosters, but I'm seeing these little mistakes just start to sneak in from both of these sides here in the 0-1 brackets. But still, if you're going to play that game of score more goals than the other, you do end up with a very entertained but nervous Twitch chat, I'm sure. Sheila in a 1v1 here versus Yup, but still had to make that landing, which did make that play a little bit more awkward. We will find overtime, ladies and gentlemen. 8 goals so far, but the 9th will be our winner.
Yes, this is the 3rd overtime today for our boys here. Smashy will send this from the backboard, carries it downfield. Lasser's waiting for the pass. He will come, he'll just bite tight. Doesn't go straight for it there as Yup gets bumped out the way. Smashy sends this one in, and surely a shot here. Yup manages to get to that one just in time as Sheila sends this back to the mid. Lasser's up, but will get beat by Chippy. It's a good 50 out for them, but Smashy getting a clean touch will carry this towards the backboard. Oyozen manages to get that one, and Sheila above the ceiling. What can they do here? Low on boost, doesn't manage to get much on it. Chippy just challenging forward. Lasser, not a comfortable touch, will get a pass across, and we'll go for a solo play here on the sidewall. Chippy has time to catch that one and will send it back. But 45 seconds through has been 86's offense, but again the counter attack is strong for this Chippy Chip side as Smashy does get back to save.
Oh, and that one was a bit scary at first as we do enter the 2nd minute of regulation now. Chippy up high off that corner. Smashy couldn't get the bump or the ball. He was, I feel like, caught between two minds. And that's a big counter, big demo from Sheila as well. And Smashy can walk this game to its end. It was all the physical plays, all the demos, all the pile drivers that gave us this first game win. And I tell you what, you mess with the ball, you're gonna get the horns. I love what I saw there from 86 in terms of their offensive prowess. Once they clean up this defense, this could shift to being a one-sided game. But of course, Chippy Chips gonna have some reshufflings of their own.
Yeah, well, you say it was a great demo by Sheila. I'm more impressed by Lasser managing to get that pinch downfield as
Oh,
well. Just to
absolutely.
send the ball past Wozien there as well. So the last line of defense, the third man was completely beat. Sheila managing to get back as well. Low on boost, practically zero boost as well. Flicks into Wozien. And just like that, the demo comes through. And Smashy managing to take that opportunity. So 5-4 on the scoreboard here for game number 1. A very high scoring game. Maybe it'll calm down a little bit here as we enter game number 2. We just have to wait and figure out what's going to happen in this one. Is it just going to be as scrappy throughout the rest of the series, or will we see controlled Rocket League as Lasser tries to defend this off the backboard? It's a bit scrappy there already, but a good save to come out of it. Sheila not getting to that one. It's a bit risky. Yep, leaving that one, and Lasser will get this one clear.
Lasser has Smashy right underneath him. He'll just pinch that ball forward. 50-50 required, and Sheila was in a good position. He could have pounced if that one landed. Lasser on his own back wall is completely sent off the mark. But oh my goodness, look at that recovery play. Surprised Sheila even. But Smashy shows off some recovery of his own, and I thought that one was on target. Already, insane B3D plan shown here from 86. But ultimately, it looks like it's going to be the demos yet again to cause the first goal. Question mark? Question mark? Chippy Chips? What on earth am I seeing?
How was that not 1-0? How was that just being led astray? Everyone seemed to panic in front of the goal line, both offense and defense. So Smashy says this down. We should punish them for this. Absolutely 100%. Get on the scoreboard as quick as you can here, because that will sting the likes of Chippy Chips. Pass comes out. It's great intercepted. Smashy will be there to clear that one to the corner. Wozien again demoed for good measure, and a 50, not even a 50, a misplay by Yup. Lasser will have control of this ball off the ceiling. Goes for a shot of their own. Will tuck it away, and there's the punishment goal we were asking for. 1-0 to 86. Chippy Chips, you could not be making mistakes like that in front of net again.
The Spanish have arrived, ladies and gentlemen. Straight off the ceiling. We've spiked players. This time it's going to be straight up off the ball. Big dump on the play coming off the ceiling here. And 86 will take their lead. I tell you what, one team struggling to score open nets. Multiple open nets, to be frank here. The other one able to send one down off the ceiling. Levels here shown so far. 86 being able to defend with their players and by virtue of their aura as well, of course. Sheila off the back ball. Wozien gets that first touch. Doesn't really get it out of danger. That demo from Chippy will do most of the defensive duties there. Chippy does well for that first touch. The second as well keeps it tight. Smashy left guessing, but still chose the right moment to attack that ball. Lasser will stay tight. This one coming high off the ceiling. Chippy had a bit of a tough situation there, but still did well to get that clearance. Smashy looks to play it across here. So well read here by his teammate. Lasser stays tight, and you can see both blue players looming close behind, but they know not to overcommit in this play. Smashy does well to tip it to those safe areas. And well, these ones will siphon off. Wozien with zero boost, but Sheila with a Superman dive there to tip this one out. Here's Lasser again. Big demo landed. 2 minutes left on the clock here, Doromus. I tell you what, this still feels like anyone's game.
Absolutely, with the mechanics of wheels and they're getting a double flip reset to try and get that one through. Lasser will carry this downfield. Tries to get a bump of Wozien there. Doesn't quite pay off. Smashy. 50s Wozien there. Low on boost, and Yup. Doesn't quite get to it, but again, the ball falls favorably for him. Lasser pops this one up high. Chippy tries to pre-jump, but gets the bump for good measure. Wozien full tiger boost, but Smashy comes from the ceiling after that bump. Manages to recover and drop down. That was quite impressive, to say the least. But a 50 in the 6-yard box, and Sheila managed to get that one cleared. Yup. Back on the sidewall. The ball kind of in midfield territory at the minute, just trying to figure out where it wants to go, and Smashy beats out one. Wozien, not the greatest of clears. Lasser sends this one up high. Yup is there, and with a minute 20 left to go, we're in the correct part of the half. Right now, the ball up high, and Wozien 50's out, and Lasso should get to this one. Sends it to corner. Great pass! That is insane stuff by Smashy there. What a redirect off the backboard.
Take a bow, son! Take a bow! Lasser and Smashy, the combination for the entirety of the Birmingham Major. looking to tread ground they've never tread before this season. Can they get their first series win ever in a Swiss stage in RLCS 2025 with plays like that, Daromus? There is a decent chance. Again, 1-2 plays here, this time with the former substitute. Lasser waiting inside, but that one just pops too high here. That would have been open here for Lasser if that one stayed towards that back wall, a bit more shallow instead. The counter-attack will come here for Vosien, and still more action here awaits in Game 2. We've seen late drama all too commonly go against us here at 86. And, well, some curses here to get rid of against a tough side. Vosien again straight off the kickoff. That's a curse that has commonly hounded us. And it will happen yet again, ladies and gentlemen. A 2-goal lead, reduced to atoms, reduced to dust. And Daromus, it's just never that easy.
It's a very rapid kickoff play again. Our kickoffs have been struggling for the entirety of today at the moment. It's been kind of a letdown at the moment, but you don't want to see any sort of overtime here. Just try and get a third on the scoreboard in regulation. It would make life so much easier heading into game number 3. But Lasser tries to get the beat, and that ball is sent high. Can Chippy get to it? No, Chippy is wide, so yup, will charge forward. Smashy on the backboard, sends that down. Wozien is there for the read. He'll fall mid, and oh my goodness, Chippy had a chance at net. Yup, sends it down.
Oh my
Lasser
goodness!
gets a pinch on the goal line to get rid of that one. Very well played there, and it'll be popped up high. Smashy gets the intercept downfield. Yup, we'll just wait this one out. I'm pretty sure there might be one final attack here as Chippy sends us up high. Wozien with the miss. It'll drop down, but it will go to overtime in game number 2. And this is back-to-back overtimes in these games.
Overtime, the area of dreams and heartbreak, ladies and gentlemen. Yup, with an initial touch. It won't end that quickly, my friend. Smashy will try and keep this one tight in the corner. It was a lot of offense shown there in the final seconds from Chippy Chips. It's due to Lasser's fantastic save there on the goal line that has even allowed us to continue this match going. Lasser shot off. Chippy's wearing tight. Doesn't quite get caught in that bump. You know, Smashy was thinking about it. He'll take this first one. Second touch will head towards him. Third one has to be a perfect 50-50. Vosien bumped off the ball by his own teammate there. Yup, that could be a huge mistake here if Lasser is able to make the most of that space. Chippy does well to shut it down quickly. It's going to be Yup yet again. 100 boost in the tank. This one launching off the ceiling. And Sheila is beat off that initial play. Vosien with a chance. Smashy gets that one out of that near post. Chippy wants to send it across yet again. Yup is high. He's looking for a pass. Vosien can't get on the end of it. Yup with a shot. Sheila with the save. And while we speak about this team's offensive capabilities, the defense has been put to the test. Smashy's putting them to the test. But we are in that second minute. Goalless so far. That might just change. But Wozien does tip this one over.
Smashy almost redirect that towards. It was rapid play by Chippy Chips there to get that ball clear, but Sheila's there. Pops across himself. Good 50, but Chippy, low on boost, does manage to get that one clear. Smashy sends this one up high and around. It'll change the way this attack will formulate here. Lasser on the corner wall, gets a 50, he'll bounce out. Sheila waiting for this one. Bit of an awkward one. Does get the beat though, and Chippy, full tank of boost, paps that one out with a bit of a panic touch, and Smashy has a free ball to Lasser. Not quite. It is cleared well by Chippy Chips, and all of a sudden the attack changes position. Sheila launches that downfield, does miss the boost though, which means there will not be any follow-up. Lasser on this ball sends it down. Wozien off the backboard. Sheila's gonna have to get there. It's free, and it's a good save by Smashy there. Lasser not having enough in the tank to challenge. Smashy comes through. Lasser pops this to the mid. Sheila gets a beat. Pass, shot, and it is over the post. You could have put that anywhere and it would have fallen to make it 3. But again, these shots are just not coming through at the moment for 86.
Oh, there was just too much off the back of it. They weren't able to get this one over. Chippy will hold on to this. Smashy does well to bring this one forward. They've had opportunities now in this overtime. There's been a 50% increase in match time as we do break past that 2.5-minute mark in OT. And, you know, long OTs, we have been able to hold on to them. It took a disconnect to make the difference, of course, in the series beforehand. I don't want to speak it into existence. Smashy with a good initial fake there. Sheila allows the Englishman to pick up about 100 boost. But hold on a minute. The German soaring forward. It's a great demo there coming from Lasser. And that will just slow down that counter-attack as well. Allows 86 to continue to play high and forward. Maybe go for more demos. Beat this team while they're down. Smashy is going to be challenged here by Chippy, but he's just faster for that second charge. Forced him low as well with that high challenge where Sheila was lurking right behind. Flip reset, bump, 0 boost total here for Chippy Chips. And Sheila, just couldn't sneak that one in. It's so close every single time.
They were front post, all three of Chippy Chips' defense. All Sheila had to do was get a little nick on that, tuck it into the back corner, and it could have been good night for this game. However, 3 minutes 40 into this overtime, and there's still not been a goal scorer at the moment. Smashy sends this one to the corner. Yup is there waiting, though this could be dangerous. Sheila manages to get it clear. Smashy low on boost. Will try and control it, gets a bump down. Lasser waited for this one, pops it up high. Smashy didn't get the boost, though, so Yup will drop that one down. Sheila with a shot. The bump comes through. Sheila gets the goal after 4 minutes 3 seconds, and 86 take game number 2 after another long, grueling overtime.
And Sheila, he just wants it, ladies and gentlemen. He wants it so bad to get himself into this top 16. Hard fought victory through and through. Impressive all round, and I know that there are Liverpool fans on the other side, of course, and we've just got to think back to that one moment where, you know, instead of embracing the likes of Salah, it felt like Darwizzy right on the blue goal line there. Not a single defender to be seen here on the side of 86. And still the ball not finding the back of the net. That was the difference, ladies and gentlemen. That one play is going to be playing in the heads of this team heading into that next game. And we'll just have to see if this form can continue from 86. I mean, we always like to talk about, of course, the plays that we're seeing on the pitch, the more physical natures of the game, the virtual physical natures of the game, Doromus. But can you imagine how good that must feel mentally to have that game going your way? Such a long OT after the heartbreak that was the ending of series number 1 here. This is huge for 86.
Absolutely, and they're going to have to keep coming out with that sort of aggression here in game number 3. You know full well Chippy Chips are going to be sending everything at it now in this best of 5. They have no more lives left to use here in this series. They're going to have to try and play their utmost best, but again, they're going to be looking back at that moment where the net was just filled with 86 aura, as you said earlier on, and it just didn't fall through for them. So that could have been the deciding factor here. Smashy tries to take a cheeky shot across, doesn't quite fall through. Wozien carrying this one down. Lasser sending this one up, and yup, managing to get to that one. Smashy not getting there in time, leaves Sheila on their own with Wozien, but Sheila managing to control that one nice and calm. So a minute in here, still 0-0, but we are now on the offense.
And Lasser still has 100 boost, even though this one's sent into their own half. There is a real chance that he will be able to sweep this one forward. Great little start to the transitional play. Smashy will catch the back of it. Has Lasser to potentially tip this ball off to. It's a nice little underlap between these two teams. Smashy again hunting for more of those bumps. And, well, we were talking about the mental effects of getting that victory in game 2, of course, and forcing this opposing team to reverse sweep. That's a lovely in and out there from Lasser as well. But also, the constant demos attempted here by 86. Chippy Chips are going to be constantly looking over their shoulder. They've got so much to focus on now. They're not just looking at who's on the ball here for 86. And that's going to cause them a lot more stress than they would like to have in these kind of high-pressure games, of course, in Top 32 in the Swiss stage. And to have a team that is able to have that effect on the opponent is such a huge positive.
Yeah, definitely so, because we know Chippy Chips' fate after this one. They'll have one more game, one more life in this Swiss stage. If 86 can pull through here, it will be nice and comfortable. They will have a 1v1. Ooh. However, Chippy managed to get that one through. I say 1v1, 1 win, 1 loss in the stage. They've still got 2 lives to use, essentially. But Chippy trying to put a little bit of doubt in 86's mind here with that solo play, tucking it away into the top right corner.
Yeah, again, it's another really well-worked goal. Whenever Chippy Chips do manage to score on their nets, they are really impressive every single time. This is a team chock full of talent, and well, there should be no surprise behind it. Of course, Chippy, I believe formerly of Sick alongside J-Weights as well. They had some rather close performances. I believe in Open 1, they lost in round 5 of the Swiss stage against Seleção, of course, the team that just took a series win versus Vitality, and have the legendary Rusty Z95 as well. Vosien, though, he's an established talent for quite some time. Lots of experience behind him in the face of danger, in the face of getting relegated to the O2 bracket. He's kept a cool head here for that second goal, and 86 forced to get a big response if they want this one to end in a sweep.
Absolutely, and you know, the way this is seeded is that if you win all 3 games here, you come up against a team that's just lost 3 games, essentially. That's kind of how the Swiss is seeded in the lower and upper. I took a minute to just sit there and research what the Swiss stage actually means in terms of seeding. You should be up against a team who's just been battered 3-0, essentially. So hopefully, if we can get a sweep here, we'll be coming off the back of a positive mindset heading into the third series up against a team that's just lost 3-0. So you're trying to find all the positives here, but at the moment, you just need to score 2 right now as the ball gets sent towards our net. Lasser managed to get to it. A minute 45 left. We need a goal coming about now, really, to try and get the probability in our favour.
Yeah, absolutely. Smashy just having to hold down the fort here, but they need to have some offense as well. This might be a great start. Chippy does well to get the clear, and Sheila, though, might find the target. Chippy again required. He's doing so well defensively in these final 90 seconds. Snipe here attempted by Vosien. It's wide. Chippy looking to find the target yet again. I tell you what, he has been dangerous in this game. It's been overall a big step-up performance from Chippy Chips. Pressure creating diamonds on that orange side. 86 with 60 seconds now to try and shut this series down in 3. Try and get themselves a sweep here, which would be so good for the confidence. But with every second that passes by and every extra attack that Chippy Chips are able to put against us, those probabilities decrease of it ending here. And, of course, the chances arise of us seeing Game 4.
Absolutely, 30 seconds left here. We are in the offensive half. However, Chippy sends that one downfield. We'll continue holding possession of this ball, and, well, the time will just keep ticking down. We may have to write this one off as a loss at the moment, especially with that pinch flying towards our net. But right now, you've just got to focus on what's ahead of you and what's coming up. You need to basically reset after this game. It was that all of a sudden Chippy decided to wake up, and Wozien just stealing that one to get the goal. But in terms of score, it's been relatively low scoring across the board. You'll see the scoreboard coming up now, and you'll be surprised at how low the score of 86 and Chippy Chips is in this 3-0. It's been quite an interesting one. A lot of midfield play here, and we've fallen short to that, essentially.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Chippy, a nice attempt at a shot as well. Lasser going for a psycho himself. I guess he'll settle for the last-ditch save instead. We will be heading to Game 4. It was a good performance there from Chippy Chips. It felt like once they were able to get themselves that first goal, the game just completely fell to their favour. 86, I feel like if they scored the first goal instead, that could have been a completely different story. Sometimes it's just not meant to be, ladies and gentlemen. GG's go next. Focus on what's on the top of the screen at the moment, and that will be, of course, 5 minutes, 0-0, 86 with a full reset, and of course knowing that they are the team in the lead on match points.
Well, it tells you how much they were struggling to get out their own half, as Sheila makes a mistake there that could provide quite a dangerous attack. We only had 2 shots on net in the last game. It was just completely closed off for us. We need to start getting forward again, being a bit more aggressive. We played a bit too passive in the last one, and, well, we just need to find that aggression that we had in games 1 and 2. It worked out well for us at the moment. Chippy Chips in our half, and yup, has a full tank of boost to work with. Sends this one up, and Smashy managing to get to it. We'll try and control it, but Chippy comes flying in. Wozien with a shot. It'll stray wide. Lasser needs to get there. Yup with the fake. It'll roll up for Wozien on a full tank of boost. Tries to work something around the plays, but a demo comes through, and the space opens up now. Sheila on the counter.
And Smashy low on boost. Vosien has more, but he'll have to take it off the corner. That one isn't quite on. This one could be. It's blitzed wide, and Sheila just has to try and hold for 4. Again, it feels all too similar to that third game here, where 86 are taking a lot of the pressure, but they're not really giving much back. I want to be impressed here with this attack. Lasser of the post, Smashy! Can't sneak it through Vosyen. And of course, it has been huge improvements all around from Chippy Chips. They are a team of experience. They are a team that has been consistently performing well in this RLCS 2025 season. Chippy is denied there by Smashy. Yup is high. Nothing of attack. Needs someone to take that one over. Vosyen wanting to be that player. Lasser, if he beats the third man, 0 boost on the second one behind him. Sheila, also an option right behind to take over. And those wall dashes won't be enough to beat Yup here on the corner. And it's just a little bit lethargic at the moment. Lasser looking to try and finally break those lines. Smashy looking for the bumps as well. But nothing quite finding its way through yet. It's been, I feel like, the slowest game so far for both of these sides. We are goalless as we're approaching that first half mark. But Sheila almost broke the scorings.
Are you kidding me? Off the corner post as well.
Oh.
That's infuriating. However, this game very much been a midfield to corner game. It's been a lot of lackluster opportunities for both sides. We just need to find one pivotal one. That one could have definitely been one to look back on. Just an unfortunate shot by Sheila, straying just ever so wide. And Yup, will control this one, trying to carry it forward here. Will do well, managed to get a beat on 2. Lasser, the last line of defense, does get the ball away from him and a pass to Smashy. Smashy has free control of this ball,
God.
Drops it down, Demo comes through, and Wozien sends that one long. Sheila with a good reaction there to keep it down. Smashy is there, Smashy with a shot, Smashy with a goal, and it is 1-0 to 86 here. They've broken the deadlock after 3 minutes, 2 seconds of regulation.
And this is what they needed to score first. I spoke about it feeling so vital in that last game, and especially after a performance where your opponents have held a clean sheet. Being able to break the drought first in the next one is such a huge sign, but Vosyen will send it immediately back across. It's a nice assist there from Chippy. Yup, technically a part of that play as well with that initial layoff. And well, 1 minute 50 seconds still to play for here, ladies and gentlemen. Chippy Chips do not know how to give up. The same can be said about both of these teams, and I think it's why it has been such a good, entertaining series so far for the neutral, and a nail-biter here for the 86 supporters.
Smashy was left so awkward there, trying to get that ball completely on the back foot, and all of a sudden, that ball was passed across. There was nothing Lasser could do as third, apart from predict where the ball was going to go. The bump comes through here, trying to get an offense of their own. Again, bumps coming through from 86. It's the aggression we saw before to try and disrupt the back line of Chippy Chips here. And Lasser will tip that into the mid. He'll drop down. Sheila forces the way through, but Yup, managing to tip that one aside. The barest of margins, lack of boost as well. Fair dues to Chippy Chips there for getting that one clear. But again, we need to start getting on the offense here. We do not want this to go to game 5.
Sadly not. You do not want to give them all that momentum to try and pull off a reverse sweep here. And of course, if, Lord forbid, we did lose that game 5, it would be a brutal situation for these players to find themselves in. Big save there coming from Sheila. More is required. Lasser will be that second man. Sheila will get a big clearance. We get away with that one. Yup high. Lasser and Smashy both waiting behind. It's going to be a 1v2 here for Yup. Can't even get past the first man. Lasser does well to shut down the space, and I feel like that physicality has increased as that game went on. It was our winning formula in game 1 and game 2. Happy to see it back here in the 4th. Chippy, no, that 50-50 generated more power off the back of it. Still, Lasser was able to respond. 10 seconds left on the clock here off regulation. An opportunity for it all to end now if Chippy Chips are able to keep it up. All my intentions say, get to 50-50, send us to this OT, and fight on, ladies and gentlemen.
Third overtime of the series, and well, It's whether or not we can convert here in game number 4. The pass coming out. Sheila will be there to read. Lasser up on the sidewall, prepared for it. Gets a flip reset. Not quite. Oh, wait, that's a great pass mid.
Oh,
And Smashy doesn't convert. Chippy backflips to get it clear. Sheila taps it down to Lasser. Lasser has time and space. Will pass this across to Smashy, but it wasn't going to be enough. Chippy gets demoed. This will allow more time for Sheila. The net
Chippy.
almost
No.
open, but Smashy wasn't there. It's a pass across,
Yes.
and Sheila gets it. There you go. We have a first series win against Chippy Chips, and it came from a pass from Smashy here. Forces it through. Lasser sending it home. Sheila sending it home even. 34 seconds into overtime, and 86 take their first series in the Swiss stage.
Untread ground here for the former Mr. Worldwide roster. All it took was a new organisation of a substitute being moved to main team with some passion behind him as well. What a performance. What a performance. They were not able to get a win in the Swiss stage in Open 1. They are at their furthest, ladies and gentlemen. And oh my goodness, there's such a big smile on my face right now because this team truly makes you believe. There was a moment there where it was looking a bit dicey. It looks like that potentially something could be thrown back here by our opponents. But even when Chippy and Vozian got that huge second wind at the start of Game 3, which, to be fair, continued on to Game 4 as well, the team matched them with another gear added, and that's exactly what they're going to need to progress in what, remember, is an absolutely brutal Swiss stage bracket to find themselves in. Daromus, what's your assessment of that one?
Solid series all around, to be fair. Yes, we got a bit lackluster in the final couple of games there for game 3 and 4. They started applying a bit more pressure towards us. We managed to capitalize on a couple of mistakes. Again, a few shots went astray for 86, but they started to they really just decided to push through. Sheila with that miss redirect hitting the corner as well. There's a few little bits here and there that are causing a few difficulties. However, you take a look at the Swiss group at the moment, a couple of scores still ready to come in for you. We're taking a look here, and well, we won't play Caliente again. They did lose to 100%. GK losing to Gentlemates as well, so we could very well play either GK, Synergy, Fast Forward, Nova and Wild. Again, it is an
My
absolutely.
goodness.
It is one like to choose any of those teams. You've just got to go. You know what? We'll just have a crack at any of them. To be honest, HSK as well. I think they've won their series against. I think it was
Bad News Lions.
Bad News Lions. Yeah, I think they've won their series as well. So again, it's them we're up against potentially. So a big teams here in the bubble C. We're just waiting for the results to come through. But again, we just need to carry some momentum forward. It only gets more difficult as the Swiss stage progresses.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Caliente getting that series loss against 100% as well is not going to do favours for our BU score. Already coming in here, I believe, as the 14th seed of Group A, does us quite a bit dirty as well. So it's going to be very likely a very, very tough neutral round here in round 3. This is the one that tips the scales, either puts you one series away, of course, from qualification or one series away from elimination. And I do just want to have a peek at the other group as well, just because, you know, we love Rocket League. So let's show a little bit of interest. Series. NIP going to Game 5 versus Celesal. Oh my goodness, they are on an absolute tear. Rusty Z95 and co are having an absolute blinder of a performance. My goodness, if they are able to get that win as well against NIP, who really knows how far that game can go? Ascend versus Redemption going to Game 5. Sick versus Start Point going to Game 5. Overall, a really stacked bracket on that side. It is chaos all around here today.
And we thought that bracket was going to be the easier of the two. I'm taking a look at this HSK Bad News Lions game, and that's gone to a best of 5 in our bracket. So whoever wins that will be coming out into the 1-1 section and will be on their last life if they do lose. I'm taking a look at this one now. It's relatively close as well on the field. 0-0 at the moment in that game. We're just taking a look at all the other series around the grounds. This is what we love about the Swiss stage, is that you can't predict anything. You can't predict what seed you're gonna have. It's gonna be so interesting to see who we're gonna pull here. But again, we are just waiting for a couple of matches to come through here. I'm taking a look, kind of like an analyst who's just like, yeah, that's the last game in our
Mhm.
bracket is the HSK Bad News Lions. So we are just waiting for that one to get through, and all of a sudden we'll have our round 3 middle matches ready for you in, well, what will be probably about 5 minutes time.
Yeah, absolutely. And for that time, ladies and gentlemen, we are just going to go on a short break. So grab some refreshments, get yourself ready for round 3, because looking at the kind of teams that are going to be sitting in that 1-1 bracket, this team needs all the love and support they can get. Looking to create upsets in the group of death, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back after a break. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 86 broadcast. We are in the neutral stages, ladies and gentlemen, which means, of course, a series win will put you one series away from victory. One series loss will put you one series away from elimination. Now, I have seen mentions in chat of a potential rematch against Caliente. Rematches are not allowed in the Swiss stage. So it is top seeding's favour. They will get the penultimate seed, whoever that is before us. And it's very much believed that we have been swapped around, so we will play GK for the next match. Consistent top 8 side here in EU. Likely has potential to go even further as well, Daromus. This is definitely a nervy game from a distance with the amount of talents we are about to bear witness to. And these are players, in top form as well.
Yeah, Joyo, Oli, and Archie are your players on GK. For those of you that are unaware, pretty strong opposition. But as I say, and as I've been telling Pig throughout the entirety of this Open 3, you got to beat them to join them. So maybe, yes, they may be top 8, but maybe we could pull through. They've just lost 3-1 to Gentlemates Alpine as well. So again, it's a bit of a dejected feeling, but they'll probably pick up and move on. However, we've just come from a 3-1 victory, so whether or not we can perform at our best and try and take on this GK esports side, we came close. I feel like it could have been closer with Caliente. GK, you're looking at a bit more difficult of an opposition to face, but it's up to how we want to perform. The 8th seed of this tournament here, up against us as 32 seed, we are definitely not favourites to win it. However, hope will prevail. Hope will prevail. That's what I'm going to say. We shall prevail here, 86. We will move on. I feel confident. I want us to start kicking and screaming against this side.
Of course, we are definitely heading into this series as the underdog. I mean, we are facing a top 8 consistent side, a major champion as well. There was a time where, Joyo, I'd consider maybe top 5 in the world, or top 5 at certain majors at some point. I do honestly think you could go as far to say it. I know that if CJ was watching this stream, he'd be saying number 1. There was definitely moments where Joyo was number 1. He's, of course, a massive fan, and I'm not going to lie to you, ladies and gentlemen, so am I, but not today. I'm very excited as well to see what is going to be the matchup, the Romus, of Joyo versus Smashy. I need to watch them go mechanic for mechanic throughout the entire series here. Of course, we've got a former Pulse freestyler on the other team. Of course, arguably the most mechanical player in the world, being Joy. Certainly one of the most creative. And Smashy, who I've, of course, hyped up to be one of those players as well. I saw someone in chat saying, allegedly, Smashy has done a Musty Psycho on Joy before, so there's going to be bad blood between these two players as well. Who is the real top Englishman?
What an interesting dynamic this will be. Two very strong mechanical players. Again, obviously relying on their teammates to pull through as well. It's not just going to be a matchup between these two, but a matchup of how well they can link up with each other on the team. But again, I'd like to see some solo plays come out of the likes of Smashy here today, just to try and shake things up a little bit. You'll definitely see it on the pitch. Whether or not it'll be quick enough for us to catch a glimpse of is another thing, because we know that GK, they will start closing us down rapid time, and they'll try and suffocate us in our own half. It's whether or not we can get these counterattacks coming through. I'm going to say that now. We will not see much of the ball going forward. We will be quite defensive, and I feel like it's just getting that ball clear and capitalizing on any opportunity which we have. And at the moment, we've been struggling to do that today. We've seen a couple of open net misses. We've seen a couple of shots go astray, which shouldn't have gone astray. You need to fine tune them now, because it's pretty much going to decide your fate throughout the rest of this Swiss stage.
Yeah, absolutely. To put yourself in a 2-1 stage, to give yourself 2 chances is a huge advantage for either one of these rosters. And well, this is a big match to play. GK just coming off the back of a Game 4 loss to the likes of Gentlemates, of which we have had our experiences against, of course, in this Open, them being the number 1 seed in the double elimination stage. And I tell you what, we held our own in that series. We did end up getting swept, but it didn't tell the full story. 2-minute OT in Game 3 was the decider of that match. And I tell you what, if we can go relatively toe-for-toe with Gentlemates, and this team has just faced defeat against them. Who knows how we'll be able to compete? Still, the first goal and the initial advantage will go to GK, but we experienced this against Caliente as well.
Yeah, it's all to be expected. A bit of a slow start from us. It's always the case. We try to figure out what the opposition are doing. And 86 at the moment, they had no one on the back line there. All low on boost, all struggling. I said we were going to get suffocated, and it was proven within the first 30 seconds. Oli up now for a play of his own. Sheila as well to get clear. Joyo up rapid time, but it's a good 50 by Sheila to get that beat. Smashy with a pass in field. Lassa sending this one high, drops it down to Smashy. Smashy tries to get a shot across, but Joyo there to block it. Archie carrying this one downfield. Good 50 by Sheila now, and just trying to buy some time for the teammates to get back as Smashy does well to control it, tries to tip it past, tries to get a beat on Joyo. That would have been something nice, especially with the hype that we've made this game. If any beat on Joyo today will be good, but Oli sending that one through. Smashy isn't going to get there, and it will be 2-0 to GK.
And this team on paper as well is so incredible. They're able to show it on the pitch as well. Oli been at his craft for quite some time. I do notice he is using an oxygen banner as well. I'm not sure what GK are going to be thinking of that. Of course, he was formerly a player of that organisation. Joyo and Archie as well. This has been a duoship for quite some time now. Of course, when you think of Joyo, you think of the likes of Moist Esports. You think about that roster with Vatira, with Rise, eventually the likes of Astral, Cash as well. And this has been the real teammate that has stuck alongside him. This English duo has proven to be a danger here for the rest of Europe with some consistent high-level performances. But you still feel like they've not really tapped their full potential since establishing that duo. And who knows, this could be the open where they make that greater break, which I think we've been waiting for quite some time now. And unfortunately, on that journey, they are running into 86. Third goal doesn't quite go across. Joyo will hit the crossbar. Dummy plays, however, from Archie. Will send another one to Lassa. And, well, it's alive for now.
Yeah, for now, Smashy with a clear. Joyo was there, gets a touch off the ceiling as well. Makes it a little bit awkward for Smashy to get there. Oli sending this towards the backboard. Archie with a follow-up shot, and it will fall through to make it 3-0 for GK. And, well, it's looking a bit awkward here. I did, for a brief moment, think I saw Sheila stop on pitch, which got me a little bit concerned. I think everything's been resolved now. 2 minutes 40 left to go. We're not even halfway through this match at the minute, and GK looking obviously the stronger side here at the moment. It's just whether or not we can figure things out at the moment. Lassa missing that ball, making things a little bit awkward there, but we'll try and control this one. Up it goes, and Archie doesn't get anything on it. Joyo flip reset off the ceiling, gets a second one as well for good measure, but Smashy is there waiting for it patiently, and he'll bounce into the mid. GK, this offense will not stop.
And Lassa will catch this one on the back wall. Joyo waits for a second there. I thought he was, having a moment that Sheila was able to have before. Joyo looking to come off this ceiling. Lassa will be able to dribble this one out. Sheila hunting for demos with 0 boost. It was a desperate offense. But somehow, we've been able to sneak our way through the cracks.
Sheila not just putting off Oli there, making the 50 a lot more awkward. All Lassa had to do was counter that, and counter it did they do well. 1-3 to GK here with a nice little counter-offensive play of our own, and a double quick kickoff there to make things a little bit more spicy for 86 here as Sheila gets bumped off the play. Joyo carrying this forward, tries to get a musty across, doesn't quite work out. Continue pushing forward with minimal boost on it. Smashy managed to get a save from Archie, and Oli sending this one mid. Joyo's up rapid time. Will get a play of his own. Tries to tuck it away, but Sheila's there for it. No silly antics going on here for Joyo as of right now. We are on the attack. We are pushing forward. Smashy's a free chance. Dips it under one, but Archie will send this away.
It's just building up that confidence, play by play, showing that you can compete against this caliber of player. You face them all the time in ranked, I'm pretty sure. Okay, maybe not Archie, but certainly the likes of Joyo and Oli. Sheila at this front post will beat 2 on his own, and, well, he has had a big start so far, just being able to manipulate all those 50-50s to his favour to get that first goal for 86 so far. Sheila is beaten there by Joyo. Sheila wants to sneak that one through. That second goal not quite coming to fruition, and Oli, oh my goodness, demolition derby there on the final line. We have been able to survive the onslaught, however, and Lassa will keep that attack going.
Indeed, Archie, though, sending this one clear, and Oli charging down Sheila. The demo's coming through on the back line from GK. Very much what we were doing against Chippy Chips in the last series. Unfortunately, is causing us a few issues here as 86 fall 4-1 down at this moment in time. 38 seconds left to go. This game won very much a write-off as of this point, to be honest. But again, it's a good learning experience for 86 here. They're taking in what GK are doing here, and they're going to try, hopefully, and counter that in the next game.
And I feel like overall the boost conservation has been the big difference in this game so far. And of course, when GK are able to apply so much pressure, it does cause 86 to have to burn quite a lot more of it. But even with that goal we were able to score, everyone was on 0 boost. Smashy actually had to abandon the play to just get something mid. Luckily, he wasn't required by the end of it. And well, we were fortunate to get that goal, if we're being completely honest with ourselves. Of course, it was thrifty within the instant to be able to take the full advantage. But for the rest of those 5 minutes of regulation, it felt like GK just had all the resources in the world to compete against this team. And apparently Joyo misclicking a GG. You heard it here first. He didn't mean it, ladies and gentlemen. Not a good game intended there from Joyo, of course. I don't think that's quite what he means by that. But second game, I feel like you just bounce off the back of that one where, you know, it was a really strong performance from GK. I feel like you've just got to take whatever you can get for the rest of this series. Try and catch them off guard. I would even say throw the kitchen sink at them this early. And as long as you're just a bit more mindful of those boost counts and a bit aggressive off the ball as well to pick up those corner and those side boosts as well, I think we could see big differences here in the second game and potentially catch this team off guard.
Clinicality is key here for 86 as Smashy tries to get a shot. Lassa, sorry, tries to get a shot towards net. And here comes Smashy trying to charge through. Gets a demo, and Sheila with the shot. There's the clinicality we were talking about. An absolute kitchen sink performance, like you said, in the first 15 seconds. Smashy comes through, gets a demo on Joy, or have that, son. And Sheila sends this into the bottom left corner.
And well, we spoke about the, well, quote-unquote rivalry here on the pitch between Joyo and Smashy, all, you know, completely artificial here by the casters, going mechanics for mechanics between each other. Oh, well, Demo, not the most flashy of plays, but it will certainly get the job done here in Game 2. Love to see this team take that opening goal. It's Demo's all the way across the pitch as well. It really is getting a bit dicey here, Daromus. Both teams just throwing their best at each other. Lassa wants to keep this one high, and well, it's been chaotic so far, but Lassa doing well to see through it.
Maybe that GG from Joyo has fired up the 86 boys. Maybe they want to rub a bit of salt here as Lassa comes towards the backboard. Tries to take out Oli, but Archie with a good redirect towards the backboard. Sheila's going to be there with a good read. Smashy is already up for this. Sends it downfield. Tries to pressurize Joyo into making a mistake. Doesn't really come through. Smashy with a good 50 though on the corner. Oli with a pinch downfield. The space has opened up. And Oli's going again here on the ceiling. Does charge down Lassa, but it's not the best 50 for them. Archie rolls it down. Smashy is there. Has to get Joyo out the way. That's a bit dangerous. The shot lurks. And it will be tucked away for GK to make it all square.
VAR. VAR. Did Lassa not get a touch in this one? I saw him up for it. Oh, he just about isn't high enough for that play. Further forward enough even to tip that one out. GK get away with that shot. It was a tough angle to find here. Joy with a flip reset. Musty flick past to Archie, and that is just what he's made of. The English connection there with Archie, his football manager brethren, with some tiki-taka here on the Rocket League pitch. And GK quickly give themselves the lead.
Well, what more to say about that play? It was a great little pass across to Archie, and all Archie had to do was bury that one. As Sheila charges through in this kickoff, Oli had to be there quick. Does so, gets a second touch as well. Smashy tries to fake out, but Archie was there pre-jumping him from a mile away, and this speed from GK is causing issues as Joyo sends this towards the 6 yard, but Sheila does well to get clear, and Smashy controlling this one, tries to take it forward. Oli Oh, goes for a demo and Lasser doesn't quite pay off, so Joyo has to play the 50. Smashy carries this one, pops it up high, and all of a sudden GK's players are in quite an awkward spot. Joyo does well, but Lasser charging through. Only tapping this off the backboard. Smashy has a chance to send it back into the mid, but nothing much more will come of it. Archie sends this one clear.
Lasser just has to shut this one down at the halfway line. Sheila wants to send it back across, but Joy over full tank of boost. Blocked here by Smashy. That demo as well really does open up the space. Archie's first touch might not be enough. He needs a second. And Lasser shot straight at the goalkeeper there. It was a great recovery coming from Archie, but you do think that if you place that a little bit differently, we're at a tied game. Sheila, flip reset, looking to take advantage there off the backboard. And while it scrambles in defense here from GK, they look desperate in this instance, but still, that shot is needed. Archie back into the corner. This ball stayed for the longest period it has done in this orange half for quite some time, but eventually GK are able to escape.
Ooh. Sheila trying to get a double demo here. Doesn't quite work out. Joyo left. Awkward, but does manage to get the touch and the clear and the 50 as well. So again, the ball back in the blue half. Smashy trying to work something out here. Tries to dip it under Oli. Goes for a flip, actually. Gets the 50 and into the mid it goes. Who's going to be on the end of it? It'll be Sheila. Sheila gets the goal. And it's all tied up here with a minute 49.
And this one is beautiful from Sheila. From the top rope, drags himself down here to get this equaliser. And we said we needed something different in this second game. They just had to prove it to themselves that they can be competitive. For me, that second goal has done the job here. You've survived 3.5 minutes, able to keep this one tight. You had the lead before it was turned around relatively quickly after some big kickoff plays came in from GK. They've had to throw absolutely everything at you. The momentum as well has been increasing for 86, where GK have started to look desperate at times. And there are not many teams in the world that are able to say they can initiate that response from this side.
Oh, it's been quite well done for 86 at the moment. Lasser trying to send this one clear from his corner. Does well. Smashy with a pre-jump though. And leaves Sheila last line of defense to get that clear. Joyo is up. Drops it down. Lasser's going to be there. Archie there, but not the best touch in the world. So it allows Smashy to carry this downfield. The backboard isn't clear. Tries to go for Joyo instead. Doesn't work out. And well, it's a misplay by Lasser there. So Sheila has to wait this one out. Lasser does get a demo on the back of the rotation. Joyo left awkward. Joyo goes for a bump on Smashy. It does work out. And all of a sudden, the backboard's free. The ball dropped down. Chaos in minimal millimeters here on the goal line. But we do manage to get it clear. 30 seconds left. At 86, they are prowling for a counter-attack here.
And it looked like for a second Smashy was going to put it in his own net. No concerns of that anymore. Unless, you know, I've just cursed it and he own goals right now. Oh my god, he might. Oh no, he doesn't. Thank goodness. I wasn't powerful enough in this instance. Not this time, ladies and gentlemen. You're not going to catch me out. Big 50-50s. Will pinch this ball forward here for Oli. He thought about going for that first jump instead. By this time, hits challenge the ball a little bit later. Still dicey in the final seconds. We've conceded on 0 before. We're just trying to hold those 50-50s and hit ground. OT arrives. And will 86 be able to neutralize the series scoring?
It's a good kickoff there. Managing to read that second touch was Sheila in the right place at the right time. Joyo is up though, gets a pass across into the midfield, but Oli not getting the best shot, and it's a good 50 there, last ditch 50 by Smashy to get that one clear. Sheila still lacking on boost here, has to rotate out, and this ball will fall to Smashy. Smashy to Lasser, here's that link of play once more. Smashy back on it, gets a 50 round. Oli's going to be there, it's a mistake. Smashy tips this down, but Sheila didn't want to commit to that, low on boost, couldn't afford to commit to that really in overtime. Lasser has to get to this one and does well, but there was a chance for 86 there. It was whether or not it was actually virtually possible to take it.
And Sheila, I like that tap from him as well. Joyo wanted to abandon the play there, so Archie just had a free ball to attack at that one touch. Made them start all the way back in square one. Not to say that GK aren't capable of bringing this attack back in their favour. Oli looked to show some individual effort. And now it's Sheila. He has his team beside him as well, but he'll go alone to beat for first at 50-50 as well. Finds its way back in the danger area. Oli does well to cover that short space. Lasser forward, backboard. There's no one there waiting. Is anyone faster? No, Oli with an easy clearance here. And 86 just going to have to chase back the defense.
Yep, and the recovery as well for 86 at the moment. Smashy clears this one out. It's a good 50 by Sheila on Oli. Archie charge it forward, and Joyo has time on the ball here if he gets past Lassa, and does so, but Smashy is up. Quick time to get rid of that one. Archie taps this one to nobody because of that demo from Lassa. Very well played there to get that time on the ball, and this falls to Sheila. Sheila has free time here, gets a drop down, but Joyo positioned so well on that backboard will get a touch out. Smashy up off the ceiling, gets a pass into the mid, but Archie is there to clear. I thought there was no one there from the camera angle I was seeing. I was about to get well excited.
And I can only imagine how the GK stream is feeling right now. I know, of course, Melakim is very passionate, of course. And, well, with how they're struggling at the moment against 86, being forced into a 2-minute overtime, I can only imagine the word Soup has been able to throw out to express his deepest concerns. Of course, we're not going to be sending any hate over to that stream like certain fans were doing last Open, of course. Got a lot of love for that stream, but in this instance, we are enemies just like we were in APAC for some reason. I just keep on running up against him. Smashy at that backboard. Good first touch here, but Joyo is always lurking. You need that 50-50 to land well, and it does. Demo here by Lassa. It's exactly what was needed there to weaken down the defense of GK. Joyo off the corner here. Lassa back forward. Wall dashes as well just to follow. He's got to sneak it over Archie. He hasn't got the best touch. Smashy is stuck it through, and Oli has put it in his own net. That one was potentially coming off the post. Let's watch this one back either way, ladies and gentlemen. 86 take their first game.
It was not on target. That is an own goal by Oli there. A panic play. That was going to bounce out into the mid and surely cleared. Oli's going to be kicking himself there after 2.5 minutes of overtime. We love a long overtime here at 86. This is the 5th overtime we've had in the past 6-7 games, I think it is now. And we have taken advantage of every single one of them. And 86 have taken a game off GK. Let us sing our hymns and arias for that one. Absolutely fantastic stuff there from the boys.
And Sheila equaling the records of Archie, both with 2 goals, both with 2 saves, both with 5 shots and 0 assists here. The only real advantage going to Archie is his higher ping in no stats regards, but my goodness, what an overtime that was. And it's going to be a bit of a tilter for the players on GK as well if they're not able to hold themselves between these games. Of course, they are professionals, so I do have my doubts, but when you're talking about, you know, kicking a team while they're down, this would certainly be the best moment to do it. And I can only imagine the cries from Mel after that game as well. Sachi, oh my goodness!
Backboard. The backboard was free. There was no one there. Smashy just sent it towards. Gets a touch. Joyo wasn't quick enough. Again. And all of a sudden, 86 have taken the opener after 5 seconds.
Keep kicking! Keep kicking, 86! This is exactly what we want here. Not only have they owned gold in OT, they've conceded in 5 seconds to a Smashy double tap. Mechanics for mechanics, here we go. Smashy on top as it stands in game 3. Both teams looking to put themselves on match point. Lassa, if he can get the power, could snipe it. Archie, though, able to get back just in the nick of time. And, of course, as much as we appreciate getting that first goal, oh, Joyo. My goodness. If he got the real scoop and that musty flake, that would have spelled a lot of danger. That double commit already does on its own. And Archie will bring this back to equal. Saw someone in chat say, I missed the first goal. Well, it's back to square one anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Consider it 0-0, and we fight on.
39 seconds played, what a piece. And Archie managing to fall himself and find himself in the perfect position for that drop down. It was a double commit by 86. Bit of an odd one there, bit of a miscommunication play, but Smashy leaves him with Sheila! And we have an advantage once more. Take that, mechanic 1v1. Smashy getting a double flip reset, beat on Oli, charges towards Joyo, and leaves Sheila to get an open net essentially as Joyo panics as the back line.
Oh, Sheila, I love the way you move. Beautiful goal. And Smashy being the one to provide it as well. Joyo, double flip reset of his own. Sheila says, absolutely not. He's been robbing game wins of every single opponent he's come up against. This time he's caught a bit high. That's an unfortunate 50-50. I don't think you can put the blame on last man in this instance here. Smashy getting that bump, and Lasser just about too wide on that play. Allows that one to fly in, but still, have that confidence bring, ladies and gentlemen. Do not let that one bring you down. I know it was quick after the last goal, but remember, there was a last goal. 86 are competing straight off the kickoff. Double demo. Someone's been absolutely sent. And the Spaniard has put us back in the lead. Smoke screens all around. Joyo sent away. Oli sent to the shops. And where has Joyo gone?
Muy bien, Lasser. Bravissimo. Well played to get that fake across. Just like that, we have advantage once more. We do not want to concede again immediately afterwards. But Smashy trying to pull out his mechanical prowess again. But Smashy is there. Gets a redirect. It's a bit too high. And Archie sending this one to Oli. Sheila is going to be there. But again, all of a sudden, we've had this newfound confidence in game number 3. And the scoreline is showing it right now. 5 goals in a minute and a half here. But we have the advantage. Great demo by Smashy. But not much more will come of it as Archie gets sent. These fakes are coming from nowhere. A bump comes through. And it's in the post. We should have a 2-goal advantage. But we should shrug that off and keep powering through the defense of GK. They are stressing right now for sure.
I can't see from the tears in my eyes. It's a beautiful performance from Eighty6 in this game. Look how high the third man is positioning. This team is full to the brim of confidence, and Sheila's shot not going to challenge Archie. Joyo looking to land a bit of revenge here on Lasser. Try and go high, try and go low against Smashy. He's a 1v1 player at the end of the day. You're not going to beat him in that instance. This one will land to Joy, however. Archie required, that's on target. This is just a game that keeps on giving from both teams.
Archie with a hat-trick after 2.5 minutes. Just Joyo and Archie linking up quite strongly in this game. They're going to need to cut that out immediately. Let's bring this down to reality for a second, okay? Yes, we've had the lead 3 times here, but we need to keep fighting this. They are GK. They have Joyo, Oli, and Archie, you know? It's a strong side. We can't risk dropping goals like this. We need to keep composure here as that ball flies towards the mid. Smashy has his boost stolen by Oli, and Oli will carry this forward. Gets a flip reset towards net. Lasser with a save. Archie's going to be there, but Lasser with a double save to keep us all tied up here with 2 minutes left to go.
How are there still 2 minutes to go? We've had 6 goals, and I feel like this game has lasted a century. Every time we take the lead, I look at the clock, and there's 3 minutes left. Are you kidding me? What kind of game are we bearing witness to right now? Anyone who has been looking at this bracket and thought this one wasn't worth watching because GK were absolutely going to slam this team that hasn't made top 16 yet this season. Oh my goodness, how wrong they are. This has been entertainment through and through. Joyo out of boost. This one's heavy out, and it's Lasser. That backboard's not going to be free, however. Archie shuts down early. Smashy on the back foot. He'll be reversing into this one. Beep, beep. Joyo still able to sneak through and get past that second man. Lasser will send it high, but Oli takes such great control of that touch. Blip reset as well. Ping pong here in the 6-yarder. Complete pandemonium for the entirety of this third game. And the question stands, who wants it more?
A minute 10 left to go. Oli gets a pinch pass there as Lasser, again, just faking out, buying himself time, using these fakes. Well played here. Smashy has an opportunity. It'll be just high as Oli gets the clear, but Sheila, backboard to himself, taps it down. Joyo's going to be there to get the clear. Oli backs out of it. Joyo, lack of boost, will not get a touch. Smashy sends this towards net. Oli is going to be there just about, but again, there are mistakes by GK here. This is something we haven't seen in game 1 or 2 really, but all of a sudden it's shaking up the dynamic. And as I say that, Oli almost managed to tuck that one away. A great little touch there. I think it was by Sheila to get rid. And Smashy save on the goal line. 30 seconds left. Surely not another overtime, but surely not the way of GK neither.
And Sheila with that second 50-50 Looking to slam back Archie in that corner. They say corners are the safest area of the pitch every single level of the game. Still, it just feels so scary to give GK that high of a field domination in any moment. Final seconds looming down here. It's another late attack here for GK, just like in the game before. And we know how that one ended. Here in overtime. And I tell you what, I'm casting the rest of this game on my knees.
On your knees. Pause. Joyo has control of this ball. Will send this towards the backboard as a free one and will tuck it away. You could see that happening as the backboard was free. You just knew he had the opportunity to put that anywhere he fancied. Sheila had to avoid Oli there, and just like that, it was tucked away. And GK will take game number 3 after an anticlimactic overtime.
Oh, it just finished so quickly there. That's unfortunate. But I do remain on my knees because I'm just... Oh, I am praying. I am praying to the man himself. Smashy. This next game is all yours, buddy. This is all yours. I know you're cooking something up special. I know you're going to show GK something they have never seen before. Praise the ironing board as well, ladies and gentlemen. Oh. Let me get back on the chair. Let me get back on the chair, ladies and gentlemen. I'm last already up in this lobby, which means as soon as I click this button, we are going to be heading into game 4. Match point in the favour of GK. We can send it back to neutral with a game video. Sorry, I'm very close to my monitor right now. I am absolutely locked into this next game. You can't say we don't have any passion. Now it's time for the players to show it as well. Game 4, ladies and gentlemen, is underway.
The emerald and black ironing board carrying us through to game number 4 as Lassett tries to pass to Sheila. It's a commit by the third man, but Smashy is back here to get this one clear. Gets it past Oli as well. Tries to face Archie by himself. Pogos! And if he could have got past Joyo there, that would have been an absolutely entertaining spectacle. Sheila against the backboard. Lassa is there for it. Archie is pre-jumping that one, but Lassa gets the beat on that. And Smashy not getting the touch that he wanted, but it will fall into the mid. And that was very close there. Smashy off the backboard. And Pigasus making very interesting noises beside me in the commentary box.
It's just too tense. I cannot imagine how the players keep their cool in these kind of series. This is just what, you know, makes them professional players. They've been experienced for quite some time now in all the bubble tournaments. All of them have. Actually, I feel like Bar Sheila have had a taste of the European main event before. Why am I squeaking? Have you not? Are you not doing it as well? Oh my God, Smashy! I called for you to step up in this game and show us something special, but that is beautiful!
He finds the only bit of space on the backboard that Archie can get to and followed through with it. The disrespect there, and Oli on the front post. All Smashy had to do was send it to the back, and he does so spectacularly. And all of a sudden, the kickoff is in our favour. It rolls to the mid. Smashy isn't going to be there. Oh, Smashy was just a bit too far up for that play. That could have been goal number 2. However, we need to keep this one composed. Smashy with a pass to Sheila. Sheila to Lassa. Pass! No! It's a bump! But Smashy puts it just wide. And oh my goodness, it should be 2. But we are throwing everything we can at this game number 4.
Archie having to reverse on this one. Smashy looking to try and force this one over. Joyo at the corner. We see all 3 players here waiting at that goal line in an assembly, waiting for another orange player to just challenge the ball. They want these big clearances. They want to press high when these opportunities come. They love to catch this team off guard. Saves coming out here from the GK defense. They've been solid. And oh my goodness, as soon as I saw Lassa driving away from the play there, I thought that was an equalizer, but it was just well communicated between the lads, as was that pass there to Sheila. 86. Able to hold on. They've had their opportunity to extend the scoring as well. Need Aromas to take over whilst I take a few deep breaths.
We've got to hold on here. Smashy on the corner wall. Tries to drop it down. Lassa is there. It's a bump by GK. The net's open and they follow through. Lassa, the Spaniard, takes goal number 2. And while Pig is trying to compose himself here, we've got to add a bit of realism. We are 2-0 up, but it's GK. With 2 minutes 34 left on the clock, we are going to throw everything at this one.
The second half awaits. of Game 4. GK would love to get it done in this game. And I don't think these players expected to struggle so hard against the mighty 86. Here in chat, we knew that this had the potential. We knew that the wider audience considered us as the underdogs. But those that have been here all weekend, those that have followed the stories back when they were Mr. Worldwide as well, and knew about the beautiful chemistry between Lasser and Smashy as well. The sky is the limit for this team. Holding it down here at this front post. That's already 30 seconds of the second half gone here. 20% down. 80 still to go. Archie with a shot. Smashy tips this one wide. They do still have that goal insurance after getting that second one underway. Sheila with 0 boost and no player really having any good attack there. Should be a confident clearance away. Smashy escapes the demo. Doesn't face the same fate as his teammate Lasser there. Archie just wanting to slam that one down, and you can feel them increasing the pressure as that clock whittles down and time gets desperate. And even in desperate moments, GK are able to perform.
The boost was really a struggling factor there for 86. They got starved, and the boost controlled by GK was just well managed there to allow that goal to fall through. Archie basically had an open net with 2 players lacking boost in net here, but Smashy is going to keep charging forward. That is a mistouch by Joyo, and Archie will try and clear that one. Lasser's there for it. Past to Sheila. Fakes it out. Smashy with a shot, and it's a good save by Archie there to tip that one away. Lasser was waiting to even redirect that one towards net, but again, that goal insurance is now gone. They need to hold on to this for a minute 7 here. Just charge upfield. Try and get this ball out of your half. As that falls to Oli, it'll drop down. Archie is there. It's a good save by Lasser. And that's a mistake. The ball is clear. Oli does not boost. It's going to roll in. It's 3-1 to 86 after a mega mistake by GK. The goal insurance is back with 54 seconds left on the clock.
Hold. Hold! That's the only word we gotta be thinking in the back of our minds, ladies and gentlemen. Does Game 5 await this team? Lasser beats 2 with 1 flip straight off the kickoff. Smashy prevents this one from coming over. Uses his flip well. Oh my god, can Sheila sneak a 4th? Sorry, that was unprofessional. Oh my goodness, I meant to say. Oli. At this front post, this is just one of those series where you sit here in the commentary box and you spend most of the time watching as a fan. You forget that this is the job you've been asked to do here. 86. I'm not sure if they're enjoying this as much as I am, especially with that second goal finding the back of the net. I feel like this is going to be one of the most nervy kickoffs in 25 seconds that these players have ever felt in their career. Can they do it? Top 6 team at Worlds, falling victim to the mighty 6 potentially.
The ball's in our favour. All that needed was a demo, but Oli is now the last. The first man, Sheila the last, does well to get the touch. Final 11 seconds here, and we watch the countdown on our screen, and we pray this ball hits the ground as Joyo 50s Lasser. The ball bounces dangerously into the mid. Sheila is there though. We'll tip this down, and we do have a Game 5 up against the number 8 seed of GK. Come on, 86, let's bring this one home.
And this is going to be the series that everyone looks at now, ladies and gentlemen. No way. Top 6 Worlds. Consistent top 8 EU this season here, GK. Going to Game 5 against 86. Against Smashy, who is only able to get top 16 alongside La Masia for 1 qualifier in the RLCS 2024 season. Against the likes of Lasser, who hasn't made the top 16 for I believe, an entire season, actually. I think it was the one before that he was able to find that top pedigree. And, of course, Sheila, the German. So many German talents have been a part of the RLCS for quite some time. This is a player amongst those ranks now. Great performances here in this open as the substitute, and Daromus. The lobby has been made. We have 6 players on the pitch. Ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by SirPigasus and Daromus, it's 86 versus GK.
Game number 5 underway then, as Oli sends us towards the backboard, tries to get a free shot of his own, doesn't work out for him. Joyo trying to apply immediate pressure on that one. Archie up awkwardly, does get bumped out the way as well. So this is the aggression you want to see from 86, making them awkward. Sheila does well to get a touch there, but Joyo, free backboard, flip reset, tries to get a pass into the mid. Lasser's there, Smashy is up forward for it, but Oli does get there in time. Lasser, full tacker boost, flicks it immediately, catches GK off guard with a double commit there, and Sheila has time on this ball, gets intercepted by Oli, and it'll drop down. Lasser leaves this one out. A demo does come through. Oli is out of the question for now, but Joyo up rapid time on the sidewall. Smashy there, not getting to that one. So the ball in our corner, the ball redirected, and Sheila does well not to panic on that one.
Really good composure shown here on what is such a high tension situation. First goal vote surely flying in for GK off that play. It was free off the back wall after Oli got that masterful assist. It looked like it was going to be a goal on its own, and that's why you saw 2 plays commit there for just shy of the crossbar, thinking they were going to be blocking the shots. GK strike first in the first minute, but with 4 minutes left on the clock here, you can't be counting out 86, especially if you're looking at that series scoreline.
Definitely not, and well, some people are already counting us out in chat as Lasser sends this one long. Oli manages to control that perfectly though, and that is a fantastic play, it has to be said, by the opposition there, as Oli controls that with so much power on that ball, just to maintain that possession, to score the second, and all of a sudden the probability percentage you see dip in as time progresses. 2 goals down here against GK, it is all or nothing here.
Lasser was sent wide. Smashy couldn't get the read either. Sheila with a little bit of a mind game there so he could pick up the 100 boost, prepare for this defense. He ended up not being a factor within it. It's all 50-50s here for GK. It's felt like 90-10 so far at the beginning of this game 5. It feels like every single collision that they have gone for has been in their favour. They're certainly locked in. They're not looking to get what would be considered an embarrassment in this series, losing to 86. And they have really stepped it up here in game 5.
We've come from 3-0 down before now, but this is a completely different competition as Sheila... Oh, it's a bit of a mistake there by Oli, actually. Sheila will apply pressure on Archie. It's not going to come to much more than that, though, as no bump was formed. Lasser charging forward, and Oli again with another mistake there. That's 2 back-to-back now for him. I think it's a little bit awkward for GK, but again, they are 3 goals to the good, and with 3 minutes left, you need practically a goal a minute here to provide yourself some comfort. But against this side, who's very well locked in as of right now, unfortunately, as a caster for it, I genuinely don't see it happening. It was a really good, strong start by GK in game number 5, which is exactly what they wanted. And looking at it now, it might very well be series over as Archie tries to tip that one towards net. Joyo's going to be there to potentially finish it, but Lasser as well to get a double save. Archie is there, and goal number 4, and it has to be said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to put the realism in this situation. Game 5 goes to GK.
Yeah, it's looking like that as it stands, of course. 4 goals in the GK favour within the first half of the game. You like to think that if one team can do it, why can't the other? But that is going to require a spark first here from the 86 side. First of all, they need to get themselves in that orange half, because I don't think they've really spent any time here since initial kickoff in this series alone. And they need to score their first opportunity, I think, as well, when they're on that other side. Just to get something going. Just to show that there might still be a little bit of life left in this series. For the moment, you can feel those embers starting to die out here. But Sheila forward to Smashy. Smashy beats 1, but I don't think he's going to get a really favourable second touch. Lasser needs to have that one on target. Instead, Archie will get a touch out of that front post. That one's just given away here to Joyo. They are hunting for that 5th. Archie's looming to do so. 2 plays commit there in defense to prevent that one happening immediately, but not out of the woods. Yeah, another strike there from Archie. Finds the car of Lasser. Another block there from Lasser. Not credited by the game, but still was all him. Well, he's showing off defensively, but again, that's not exactly what 86 need at this moment. Gonna need a little bit more, ladies and gentlemen. if we want to cause what would be one of the most insane comebacks that this series has had. Sorry, this season has had. Oh, it's not going to happen like that, though.
Absolutely, and well, we sound it's not dejection. It's actually, you know, I couldn't really put a pinpoint in it. It was, if you told us half an hour ago we'd lose to GK, okay, it was to be expected. However, the way we've gone about this has been something impressive. You know, a best of 5 against the 8th seed. Spassi trying to formulate a play here. Lasser has a shot towards net again. Archie though, the in and out, managed to get that one. It's not disappointment. It's a bit hurt, I think. But again, we move on to our 4th series, and it should be a favourable one for us if you take a look at it and how it works. But again, we just got to look forward. We got to look forward. 20 seconds left of this game. We're going to put this one to bed now, and we're not going to go down, you know, looking dejected. I hope the players have a good mental reset heading into series number 4 and take on whoever we have coming up next.
And I think after a series like this is where, you know, Nordic Verdane really earns his flowers. I mean, already he's deserved of it for Eighty6 to even take 2 games in that series, especially with, you know, how well in that first game GK were doing. I mean, we simply couldn't touch the ball, if we're being completely honest. It was a complete turnaround for the rest of the series, and that's something to be extremely proud of between the players. And look, if you can go to game 5 against GK, you can beat anyone. Like, it's just that simple here. I think we should have had game 5 against Caliente as well. Of course, we know how that series went, ladies and gentlemen. But heading into round 4, you know, I've got that bit of confidence. I really do that we're going to get ourselves into round 5, and it is going to be still a very long stream, ladies and gentlemen. I have just seen all the seedings have come together, and we got a bit of revenge. I believe, if my calculations are all correct, that we are going to get a rematch against Synergy from all the way back in the Open 1 Swiss stage. Before that, however, myself and Aromas are going to get ourselves into a short break where we will refresh ourselves and get us ready for what we hope to not be the final series of the night. We will see you all after a short break. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 86 broadcast. It's myself, SirPigasus, alongside Romus. We do go into the fourth round of Swiss in the 1-2 bracket to face a little bit of a rival of ours, ladies and gentlemen. It will be Synergy. I believe a Spanish-speaking roster, I want to say. I believe actually they speak a range of languages, but they can all understand each other in their comms. And also opponents we are very, very familiar with from Open number 1. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is how far back we're going. We're going back to Mr. Worldwide's, where we played Synergy in round 1 and they landed a pretty convincing sweep against us. Now with, you know, some time in the training pack, some time with, of course, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Nordic Verdane, and Sheila on the main team as well, anything is certainly possible in this fourth series.
Absolutely, and all I have to say to the Spanish side, if you are watching, is "Perderás esta serie," which means you will lose this series in Spanish. You can have that one from me, okay? I know my Spanish, I know my way around the block, and to be honest, hopefully what is going to be a rematch from all that time ago. I'm pretty sure you said, Pig, was that an open 1?
It was indeed.
Yeah, because I definitely can't remember it in Open 2. Or, yeah, if I'm gonna be honest. However, yes, we have a rematch on our hands, and whether or not we can pull through is another thing. But I want to see your support in chat. I want to see you rifle up the boys, get them ready for this one, because there's been a lot of dejected energy coming into this one. I want to see positivity and us ready to go into this series as Synergy take on a slot 86.
Both teams coming off the back of a Game 5 loss. Of course, we fell victim to GK. Synergy fell victim to one team that has been so close to making main event in both occasions of both opens. That team, of course, being Wild. Well, will they be biting off more than they can chew against this revitalized 86 roster? Listen, against GK, being able to take them away in 5, that's such a huge result to get off the back of. You've got to take all the positives from that and not the negative. Yes, you came close, but also, the Romus, they came close.
They did come close. Unfortunately, Game 5 wasn't really a descriptor of what happened in that series, as AJG almost gets that one tucked away, and it might very well be a smash he gets that one clear. It didn't write the series at all. We were really close right up until Game 5, which all of a sudden they turned it up. They really bumped it up an ante, if I'm going to be honest, and caught us off guard. So again, you've got to take the positives of that series. We were able to hold them to Game 5 and 86. If they keep that momentum going forward, you can very well see some good results coming our way as Lasser tries to control this one, gets a beat on Dorito, a 50 coming out as well. Sheila trying to charge forward, Lasser trying to get a touch here as well. Very chaotic midfield play as of right now. 50 comes through, Smashy has the ball, tries to get a pitch downfield, but does get demoed by AJG, and Dorito sends us downfield as Tekos manages to get a controlled touch. Doesn't quite work out for him though, and well, we're still 0-0 here, and it's been a solid start at the moment for a side that is usually very slow on the get-go.
And well, you got to talk about the experience that's on that other side and how they're no match for the mighty Sheila. First goal to open things up will go in the favour of 86. It's a lovely far pass there from our very own Spaniard to find Sheila. Trying to prove that he is the best one in the lobby, but I was just going to mention AJG, multi-region champion. Of course, he's taken over the likes of South America and North America, challenging himself here, coming over to EU with a youngster that is, of course, Tekos, and Dorito as well alongside him, another player of high experience. However, at the moment, they are struggling against the likes of 86 as that second one just dribbles its way in. Actually sent it off that crossbar. And, well, Synergy left flopping around here.
Yeah, absolutely. A bit of a mismatch on the defense, and the offense of 86 is quite unstoppable at the moment, and it's good to see as Lasser will have a free ball. As I say that, AJG manages to get that one clear. Tekos tries to get a 50, in fact beats out, and this is a goal to Synergy. Bit of a mistake there on the defensive side of 86 again, but we do have that goal advantage. We do not want to get rid of it.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a team that you can never disrespect, and if there's a team that knows that the best. It will be this 86 side. They'll be thinking about that open one. They'll be thinking of getting that revenge. And still 2 minutes gone. And a lead here for 86. But you're just still hunting for that bit more safety. I personally want that insurance goal. I want to be sitting back here in defense. I feel like offensively, this is where this team is at their strongest. And I just love to see them in possession.
Indeed, and all of a sudden we've got another attempt at net, and all of a sudden la offensiva de Eighty6 es imparable. 86 gets a third here on the scoreboard, and Sheila binding the bottom right corner to tuck that one away.
Oh, muted up to stop everyone here on stream hearing me dying. I was celebrating as well, which didn't make it easy behind the cuff. The 86 with a 2-goal lead. We know that these can drop, but like someone here saying in chat, Super Hot Frenzy, no more funny business. We're locked in, and that's exactly what you need to be doing here. When there's that 2 as your second record here in the Swiss standings, it means you are on your final life, your final hope. No more space to mess around. You faced your biggest challenge of the day. Surely we're facing GK. And that was definitely one of those could have been moments. If Game 5 went a little bit differently, that one could have turned around. But still, bringing in some of that momentum from that performance has led to what has been a relatively strong starts here in this 4th series.
Absolutely, a minute 45 left to go, and Lassa sends us towards the backboard. Dorito getting to that. Smashy will send this one up high. Dorito low on boost and gets tucked around for good measure. And Lassa misplay there on the backboard will allow an offense that didn't really need to happen here come forward. So Dorito on the corner there will play this one out. Lassa as well to get rid, and we'll go again. Tips it over Tekos, and AJG sends us to the corner. Dorito getting the demo as well. AJG just buying some time here, gets the beat, but not quite as Smashy manages to send this one high. Dorito into the mid. Smashy again, just charging his way through, making sure he's the most annoying first man in Europe right now. And it's again on the front foot of that ball, causing all sorts of chaos for Synergy right now.
Absolutely, Lassa up in here in the corner. AJG will get that first concession, but the attack has been strong here for 86. They've been able to pile on that pressure. They haven't just been, you know, counter-attacking and finding small openings. There's a lot of moments here where they're completely controlling the pace of the game. I'm sure that there would be smiles on the face of Nordic Vidame if we had his camera available, and I think it's just been wiped off here by a really impressive goal here by AJG. Stealing touch, send it off the backboard, and well, that's experience shown here. Such a tough player to stop. And well, 37 seconds. Again, 86 with a lead they just got to hold on to.
Slowly Tekos tries to get a 50 through. Doesn't quite work out. Dorito has control of this ball. And up we go. Sheila controlling that one. Sending it downfield. AJG leaves with Tekos. This ball straight in towards net. Smashy is there on the backward for it though. Dorito reads it quick. AJG with the follow, and Sheila will send this downfield. Is this an overcommit for Synergy? The backboard's clear, but Tekos managed to get there in time. AJG is upfield, tries to get a redirect towards net. Was a bit too far from it. And with 4 seconds left to go, Dorito sends this one high. Sheila, all they have to do is control this, and control it well. Carries it downfield, gets a 50, and this will drop for 86's first game of the series.
My mic was muted. My mic was muted. Incredible, ladies and gentlemen.
Well,
I'm back.
I think I might be lost. Uh-oh.
I'm back. I am back on stream. I think I might be muted in the Discord. There we go. Hello again, my friend. We've returned.
There you go. I thought I lost you for a second.
I was just so excited here, the Romas, that I just ran off to party. I just ran off to party with how well that first game went. Of course, there is a lot of drama surrounding the back of this series. I do see brief mentions of it in chat. I will say, be a bit careful, because if there are stream admins, you know, Watch what you say here in Twitch chat. That's all I'll say, ladies and gentlemen. But I will say I match a lot of your opinions. Okay, I will say that. Of course, the French community definitely against us in Series 1. However, I do think they'll be backing us after some of the things that went down on external social platforms. Tekos here behind, send this one forward. Lasser with the save. But ALJG will eventually find that opening, and Synergy will open up the scoring for this second game. It was a close first one, and I feel like that is just going to be a pattern that we're going to hold on to here for the rest of this series. Both of these teams fighting for their lives. Personal beef as well between these teams after all the way back in Open 1. This team being able to sweep us, but already improvements from that previous performance.
I do love the team rivalry that we've got going on and off the pitch. It's like being at any sort of football match derby, and we are seeing the scorelines to represent as well. Synergy getting the opener here in game number 2, but that will not slow down 86 at the moment. Sheila tries to drill this forward. Dorito gets the 50 and out it goes. Lasser has to get to this one. It's going to be dangerous otherwise, and does so accordingly. And Smashy carries this full tanker boost. Tries to go for a bump play on someone on the back line there, but AJG was the man up front. Smashy gets a 50, and with a minute played here, again, Synergy with their offense at the moment. Not too much of it. It was a cheeky little kickoff goal, it must be said, for them to get forward. But right now, 86 need to get out their own half, need to make a few plays happen here.
And Smashy look to find this one inside. Tekos does well at that front post, and you can see both of these teams having their struggles to really break through. It really does feel like when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. And eventually 86 have to be that team to go that extra level and to break their way through. Tekos here in the corner. Dorito is just going to leave this one, and Smashy, hold on a minute. We know he can do something special with a favourable first touch. That one's not what he's looking for. Goal line looks open, but Sheila will be wrapping back in time. 2 minutes gone, and Synergy still holding on to that lead. They were able to pick up early, but 86 have been knocking on the doors of this defense. They're just going to barge their way in.
Sheila now on the backboard, managed to get that clear towards Smashy. Dorito will be the first to challenge. A fake out by Smashy, and the flip as well to go with, and the dunk allows the ball to fall into the mid, and that was an exceptional play by Smashy there, an exceptional trust by Lasser to notice that ball was going to fall through.
Oh, yeah, I can taste it. He's cooking. He is cooking, and it tastes so damn good. Love it when Smashy's at his best, performing like that. Chock full to the brim of mechanics. It's so hard for anyone to stop him. Here he is again to find this ball back inside. This is the creativity that I think was missing out of the early stages of this second game. Why it felt like we couldn't break through. It's glad to see that he was able to provide here. Lasser has to make this save as well. It's just whoever makes the next mistake at this point. I feel like both teams are very capable as it stands of causing that punishment. Dorito looking to hunt for a demo. That one actually taps off Sheila. But Smashy uncontested there in his own box. Able to confidently bring this one forward.
2 minutes left to go here, and the ball floating around the 6-yard. Great clear by Lasser to continue pushing this forward. Smashy on the back end of this one. AJG just waiting for it, but Smashy will pass this mid. Sheila not quite there. It was a good clear by the Synergy defense, and Tekos trolling this one. Tries to break past 2 players. Will not get the second, but that 50 dangerous as Dorito doesn't get the force through. Sheila managing to get it around. Lasser not getting the 50 there. Tekos has enough time to control this and work something out, but it's a good touch by Smashy, sending it high. Dorito gets a touch, but Lasser is up, and all of a sudden plenty of space and time to work with here. Good flip reset as well, looking for a touch into the mid. It wasn't going to work out. Sheila going to be there. We're entering the final minute here. Still want a piece at the moment, but Dorito with an offense here.
Lasser going to send this one long here to Smashy off the ceiling. Go on, give us something tasty. A bump attempted there on Tekos. He escapes with his life. Sheila flip reset. Keeps that ball progressed. Got that bit of power behind it. Stopped them from straight up dominating that 50-50 and sending it to the other way. That was delayed first. Allowed some time for Smashy Lasser. And of course Sheila to get all the way back here. Sheila with that 50 takes off the corner. Dorito is lurking. Lasser will slow that ball down initially, and it just feels like here, Doromus, every single play just on a nice edge. A few unreal units of cars shifted, and it's a goal for either side. It is a very hard game to watch in certain moments, but if 86 are able to take it and put themselves on an early match point, oh my goodness. It could be the big swing we need in this bracket. This bracket which certainly has not been favourable for us. Dorito sending it high. Please, 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 no 0-second shenanigans. AJG off the corner. Smashy. Oh, that one's just going to find an orange card. Tekos knows how to control those ones. But a 50-50 slap down will take us into a very familiar position. The backwards well, when the clock goes up, it is, of course, overtime.
Oh, it's a bump though, and Tekos off the play. Sheila off the back, but it's a great clear, and all of a sudden it's an overcommit as third, and that's going to find the back of the net. Oh my goodness, Synergy capitalise on Sheila, blast it towards the backboard. Dorito finds Tekos, and Tekos perfectly positions his car to score that one to make it 2-1 to Synergy, and we go to a best of 3.
Oh my goodness. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's just too close for comfort. I wanted us to just be on that boundary where we had 3 opportunities instead. Like you said, it's those best of 3. And anyone who's watched any of my casts, especially during the double elimination stages, I hate best of 3s. I'm a passionate hater of best of 3s. But historically, both of these teams are going to have a very good record in those regards. Let's see who will break their way in an advantage for Game 4, which is, of course, guaranteed now with the nature of a best-of-5 1-1 record. Bring on 86, ladies and gentlemen. Please, 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 can they take this game? Big start coming out, and it's Smashy yet again right off the kickoff. He's in.
Similar start to game number 1 and game number 2. AJG flying past that ball. Smashy going for a bit of a play on Dorito, and favourably the ball bounces off the crossbar into the net. It was going to fall out to, I think it was Sheila on the follow-up. But 86, they have that goal advantage, and hopefully they can hold on to this one like Synergy did in game number 2. And all of a sudden we are 2-0 up after a second kickoff goal. Very well played there by 86.
Who is Sheila? For the blind, he is the vision. For the hungry, he is the chef. For the thirsty, he is the water. If Sheila thinks, I agree. If Sheila speaks, I'm listening. If Sheila has one fan, it is me. If Sheila has no fans, I do not exist. Bring on the 86. 2-0. Let's take him on.
Here we go then. Lasser on the corner wall. Tekos managing to get the beat on 2. Smashy getting the 50 with Dorito. It'll fall back to Smashy, but that's a 50 gone the opposite way. And Synergy take a goal back here. 3 goals in 30 seconds. Very scrappy stuff in this game number 3. We know how much this third game means to either side here.
That shot does feel like a slap in the face. It was a lovely little angle there from AJG. Like I said, a player of many experiences, and oh my goodness, a 2-0 lead might just return to 0 after a kickoff. Why must this curse follow us? Smashy has had so many goals in the first 10 seconds, but it just feels like in those games, they get those kickoffs right back eventually. And well, back to square one, hopefully. There are some cool heads on the shoulders of these 86 players. And well, we can march on as if none of this ever happened, with that confidence knowing that we are the better team. Not can be, we are.
Derby Day live here on 86, as it feels like in both the commentary box and the chat at the moment. 2-2. All square here, 4 minutes left to go. The game has barely even gone here. Might as well be 0-0 at this moment in time, as Smashy tries to force a double tap through. Doesn't quite pay off here. Dorito managed to get a touch, But that was a good little intercept there by Lassa, I think it was, as AJG drops it down for Dorito. Sheila will get to this one, and the boost looking a bit uncomfortable for Synergy right now. But that's a wasted touch, I feel, by Sheila, as Lassa tries to knock this ball forward, as Tekos sends that one high. Dorito, follow-up immediate, gets the beat on Sheila as well. Smashy with the 50, and AJG with a shot towards net. Lassa sends it long, and all of a sudden, two of the Synergy boys facing away from the ball, but Tekos, full tanker boost up against Smashy, who has nothing, and Lassa does well to get that second save to prevent it from being 3-2 to Synergy here.
Quick thinking and confident, that is what has kept this scoreline with no differences after that defense. I believe that we will win. Being said in chat here, I think we can get a little bit more creative if we are inspired by that US chant. This is Europe, ladies and gentlemen. Lassa, second one across. Oh my goodness, Smashy looking for that double stab. That first one just a bit too wide, too tough an angle to have, but still some play forward. Sheila will cut rotation to get that 50. Lassa is required. 30 in the tank. Smashy in field. A bump attempted, but there was just no one there to pick up. And AJG and Dorito looking awkward there on the back wall. Smashy, though, isn't able to take full advantage. Tekos does well for that 50. That demo as well is going to be favourable for Synergy. Back ball ready to exploit. And, well, Dorito cutting up this defence. It's another one of those players here. When you get this late stage in the RLCS, a backboard may as well be an open net for players of that quality.
Absolutely, and all of a sudden we are looking at a 1-goal defeat at the moment, but still plenty of time left on the clock for the team to try and figure something out here, as Lassa does a full tanker boost to work with on the corner. We'll cut this across. A dangerous play, especially with Dorito lurking there. Gets a good 50 as well, and Sheila tries to get a beat on AJG. Doesn't quite work out. Smashy does get the beat on Tekos though, and Dorito gets beat as well. So Smashy very good at those 50s at the moment, providing openers for 86. It's whether or not this ball can cut across now. But Tekos is there, rapid time, and all of a sudden we are retreating, and Tekos carries this across. Almost a double tap, not quite working out for them, and Sheila has to buy time, gets a beat on AJG. That net is open. Lassa does well to get the save, but with 90 seconds left, we are still a goal down here. We need something fast.
Absolutely, AJG just looking to hold on. They have 60 seconds to do so here if they want to be the team that has earned themselves a match point for game 4. And Smashy, just a hair away there from getting that bump across. I mean, I have no idea what the car equivalent would be for that. Still very close, Tekos. Getting 2 touches yet again, and you're just looking for that one opening, that one combination play. One team's called Synergy, but we know that this team has chemistry on the other side. Lassa off the corner, Smashy will steal it. And this is where you need something special. You need him to be able to find someone. That 50-50 might be good on its own. Lassa has to be that third man, and they've thrown the kitchen sink. They will concede an open net here. And that's an insurance for Synergy. 86. In a dire state here in Game 3, and it could prove dire for the series as well.
Absolutely. We cannot put our heads in the sand now. A 2-goal disadvantage with 32 seconds left. You may as well look towards the next game or get a third kickoff goal, which isn't going to go our way. We were 2-0 up in this game, it has to be said, in the first 15 seconds. But again, 2 quick kickoffs from Synergy brought this all level to cause a bit of chaos on our foot. But again, we are trying to break through this Synergy side. It's not quite working out at the moment. Sheila pops this one high, gives us one more opportunity to score. A bit of a consolation here as Sheila tries to get a beat on 3 players. It wasn't going to happen for him, but will tip it up into the mid. And this ball will hit the ground, and Synergy will take game number 3. We head to game number 4 with a match point disadvantage.
Ooh. Now, this is where heroes are made, of course, in those elimination stages, where one more game loss, of course, will be elimination. It will still be the furthest that any rendition of Mr. Worldwide's turned 86 would have had in this 2025 season. It's hard that was such a winnable game. We were 2-0 up. We had that advantage. We watched it slip away from our fingertips way too fast within the first half of that game. And there will be a bit of a delay as well before this fourth game. One of the opponents has called for it. I think AJG did have a slight disconnect. He is back in the lobby, however. And well, on our final life, we need a hero to step up here, Daromus. Who do you think it has to be? And, well, you'll be able to make your prediction just as we have this kickoff.
Well, we know Smashy's sort of mechanical prowess here. Maybe we see something almost immediately in game number 4. Again, a lot of the goals have come from kickoffs, but there hasn't been many in open play for 86 at the moment. And the demo comes through. Lasser does well to get the intercept across field, but AJG sends us into the mid. Sheila's going to be there. Rapid time to get to that ball and send it towards the backboard of Dorito there. He'll carry it forward. Manages to leave it for Tekos, and that's caught everyone off guard. It's 1-0 to Synergy after a very well knit play there indeed.
And you can see everyone was just frozen on the spot there, wondering how they left that opening. No one there challenging in front. No one prepared for a shot. That is a big chink in the armour there from 86 at the opening stages of Game 4. They'll want to get a goal back here just to neutralise that and pretend it never happened, and they'll want to do that quickly. Lasser up high. He's got Dorito right on his bumper there, trying to nail him off the play. He was successful. AJG will look to keep this one flying forward, and well, this rivalry between these two rosters seemingly increasing as the day progresses, as 2025 progresses. Will 86 be able to pull off something special to bring this rivalry towards neutral ground? AJG beats Sheila here on the 50. Lasser is going to be required again after that 100 boost as well to delay the play here. Sheila is able to wrap himself around to that back post. Was required to get this one on the side wall. But still, you're just looking for more from this team. They want that one opening. Too much real estate from Synergy in this blue fur. Lasser finally sending this one across. Smashy popping this one high. And I think Lasser is just going to have to let this one go to Dorito.
Yeah, Lasser managing to get that 50 out though. We're heading into 3 minutes left of this game here. And Smashy tries to get a controlled touch, but isn't going to work out. Sheila tries to figure out AJG. It was the wrong play. Should have probably hit that towards the sidewall and go for a sidewall play there, because now Tekos carrying this downfield. Smashy controlling that one, doesn't get a flick past Dorito. Lasser sends this towards AJG, and AJG will carry this forward. Sheila with a good intercept, doesn't get the double though. Dorito will be there, bumps the last man of Lasser, but it's a good clear by Smashy. But we are stuck in our own half once more here in this series, and it's looking a bit desperate now for us on the back foot. We need to get this ball clear, as Lasser will do so. Gets a flip reset. A bubble Tekos would have been great, but Dorito was already back.
And this is where you've really got to be showing your support in chat, ladies and gentlemen. Manifest. Do whatever it takes here to just bring in those extra superstitious powers here behind 86. They certainly need it here. Smashy off that back wall. No boost in the tank end. It's not like they're looking panicky, but there's just, no real intention going forward. That being said, Synergy have performed increasingly well in Game 3 and Game 4 to just be able to pin this team in their own half. Sheila with nothing in the tank again. We are just caught low on boost, and a lot of moments as well. Smashy getting that corner is going to be a divine gift here for him. A few wall dashes will progress things forward. Sheila, come on, take this one close. Be smart with it. Snipe that bottom right corner. And that's quality in defense there from AJG, but it's not over yet. Lasser with that musty flip. Smashy just looking to disrupt, just looking to create something out of this play, and still Synergy are able to get that one awry.
Final 60 left to go. The ball in the opposite end of the pitch now, and a good cut from Dorito allows the shot to come forward. Lasser does well to buy himself time and drop it down. Smashy will have a full tank of boost, but whether or not he can get past Tekos is another thing. Will not. Lasso facing the wrong way. That'll fall to AJG. And it's all paddock stations at the moment as the ball rolls into free play. Smashy has to get to this. Does pinch it into the mid, but Dorito is there for it. Sheila taps this towards the sidewall. Teko's there with good defense as well. And we haven't had a goal, a proper goal now, in about 9 minutes 30 seconds. And if we need something, it'll need to happen now. Otherwise, Dorito and the Synergy side will finish this one up and move into 2-2.
Late drama, a miracle. Something needs to happen in the next 20 seconds. And, you know, potential hang time as well on 0. Lasso with that corner boost. Every single moment, every single touch truly counts in this instance. The ball on the wrong half of the pitch. If you do believe in miracles. And the ball in the wrong net as well. That's surely the decider. That's surely the end of not only EU Open number 3 at the Birmingham Major, but the split as well for 86 and the history of these roster renditions as well. Will they be back in split 2? I certainly hope so. I feel like this is a team that still has plenty more to show here. It felt unlucky in certain moments. It's a word that people are going to use, of course. And I feel like the only real moments you can attribute to luck is going to be that first series of the day. Of course, the internet disconnect coming from Sheila in a 5-minute overtime. But overall, ladies and gentlemen, we've just got to throw GGs to the team and to our opponents as well. Because my goodness, the Romas, it was not an easy run.
No, the defense was so locked up here for Synergy as well. Like I said, we hadn't scored a goal since the kickoff, the second kickoff goal in game number 3. They were just so locked down on that defensive side. So Synergy will progress, and that is us out of the RLCS Open number 3 after a tight struggle. Quite a strong. It was a strong showing from the boys. I don't want them to hang their head down. I want to see them back in split 2, fully ready for what will be the Raleigh Major Opens now. But again, there is your bracket for today. Kawi Corp Dignitas, Gentlemates, 100% and GK all advanced through.
Oof.
As to be expected. It must be expected, to be honest. It was written in the stars for them. Obviously, this bracket being so tightly knit from 6th downwards, it was anyone's game really. And unfortunately, we didn't take advantage of the games that we had.
Yeah, it's exactly that, of course. And, well, if we just want to have a refresh at that run we had as well, here's 86, so we'll just highlight them. Caliente, first round. This is a consistent top 12 team in Open 1 and Open 2. No slouch, of course. Over here, we've got Chippy Chips, which, you know, are all strong players on paper. That was a really hard-fought victory. GK, of course, qualifying 3-1 after a victory against Novo. A tough side to face. Then as well, our fierce rivals in Synergy. That was a tough defeat to take, but it was a tough bracket overall, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like this team should certainly not be hanging their heads in shame whatsoever. And look, I know it's Rocket League, and I know that for the most part, this always feels like something so tough to ask for here. But I really hope this team sticks together. Really hope this team sticks together for Split 2. But who knows what the future holds here, ladies and gentlemen. And Daromus, it was an absolute pleasure to be here alongside you for, of course, Mr. Worldwide's in Open 2. And, well, 86 here for the third.
Yeah, it was nice to actually be alongside yourself as well. The hype, the energy. But again, we can only do so much as casters. It's all down to the players and how they perform. And hopefully, like you said, yes, I do want to see them in Split 2. We've had some unfortunate seeding over the past 2, I'd say, opens. But again, that all comes down to performance as well. So we're looking forward to the Raleigh Major Opens, and that'll be in sometime in April, I think it is, or May. Whether or not I'll be around for them is another thing because of my work-related issues. But again, you may see me back here, you may not. We may have to just find out in the future.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say, as a caster, I've stuck, of course, with Mr. Worldwide for the entirety of Split 1 of the Birmingham Major, as we like to say, all the Americans love to call it. I am going to put _casters in chat if you would like to support myself, SirPigasus, the Fairy Peak looking Don, or of course Deromus, also known as Ironing Board Man. Also, please drop support for the team as well. Of course, that includes the organisation, Eighty6, Lasse, Smashy, and Sheila, their coach Nordic Verdane, and manager George. I don't believe I have any more commands to put here in chat. So I think, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be it for Split 1. This was myself, SirPigasus, alongside the wonderful Deromus. It's been an absolute pleasure to do coverage for this roster, which, like I said, hope does amazing things here for the rest of the 2025 season. One final time, it was an absolute pleasure, and we will see you all maybe next split. Goodbye.